Damian get a buff.
Yes,
Yeah.
you and Damian would get a buff, as well as everybody getting a feat as well.
Oh, look, shinier.
I mean,
Some kind of buff? Okay.
Yeah, everyone will get an additional feat. Notably, it does state that it has to be one of the first level ones, so that would be something that you'd need to consider, that it would have to be one of the ones in the UA, or one of the ones in traditional 5e handbook. It can't be anything from anything else, because I don't know what they'll change. Actually, no, they've stated they're not going to change supplements, so anything you'd get from outside of the player's handbook would also be allowed still. Just nothing custom, like specializations or anything, because they still have limits. But this would be if people want to. Overall, it's a general buff for everybody, so everybody gets cool stuff out of it, like even I do. Like, I mean, hey, I'm going to get buffs, but they haven't arrived yet. So
They've been shipped.
they're in shipping. They'll arrive in the next 2 years. Hello everybody, welcome to Crabby D&D. I am here with my players, Kat.
Hi.
Damien.
Hello.
Kay.
greetings.
Lloyd.
Hello.
And Vinny.
Hello.
We are unfortunately missing a Romulus today. He has cast Polymorph, transformed into a praying mantis, and has gone to find someone who will eat his head. So,
Sounds about right.
with that, shall we begin? You're all
Yeah.
so enthusiastic, I can hear it already. It's perfect.
Yeah, let's
Wait,
I'm
let's
hungry.
go.
Let's fucking go.
We've had
I'm
half an hour
hungry.
lecture.
Can I eat the big thing? Let me eat the big thing.
You can
Good
try.
luck.
Having
necklace.
nearly died at the claws of a stone dragon, the party rested and moved on, taking this sleep within the cleft between two mountains. During the night, their company of Kat, Damian, Kay, Lloyd, Romulus, and Vinny were ambushed by a Behir, ready to catch the group unaware as the storm raged overhead. But they were saved by what they believed to be a otherwise legendary sight, a thunderbird, that had swept down and tore the Behir from the mountainside. With this suspected once-in-a-lifetime encounter, the party continued on, being made more aware of just how lethal the mountains truly were. Despite this, the party trudged onwards, locating the pillar that was surrounded by a grick nest. Yet the gricks were surprisingly absent from their nest, and very few in number. After a rather disappointing battle, the party inspected the pillar and discovered its ruins. Aqua, stone, crag, soil, and shape, all written in giant, while stone was written again in common. How peculiar. Regardless, Damian and Vinny spotted an odd spectacle, as it looked as though the ground was being torn up around the holes further north for some reason. A short while into this investigation, a massive figure, a giant of some form, loomed over the mountain lip and stopped, shouting for the company to leave, which they did, with the exception of Kay. All of you, bar Kay, head over the mountain lip, heading back down a little way the way you came, a distance to keep so that you cannot hear or otherwise see the giant figure as it works. You believe it to be some form of Cyclops as it continues its work near the pillar, but Kay, on the other hand, is atop the large boulder that has fallen from the overlook, and he otherwise lies there on his belly, watching as the giant figure works on the hard stone. You watch as he otherwise wanders over to one of these brick holes where the nest would be, and you watch as he... Who laughed?
Don't think that was a laugh.
No, I think that's a
Was it
wire
not?
rubbing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I thought it was a burp.
Not sure what that was, but it sounded like a laugh.
I think it was some kind of creaking.
Okay. Might have been old Jamie then. So,
Wow.
oof indeed. So,
Need some WD-40.
So, as you look over from the rock that you're otherwise lying on top of, you see the otherwise large figure, otherwise the massive cage helmet over its head, the shovel and pickaxe on either side, and the otherwise large wicker basket on its back, as it wanders over to one of the holes and just jabs it with the haft and the otherwise main handle of the pickaxe and begins to kind of poke inside. You watch as it pulls the pickaxe out, not noting anything, before trudging over to the next one, where it does the same. You note after it does this to the first one, it moves to the second one, it peers inside and stops, before you watch as it otherwise looks, kind of scanning the area around it, before it takes one heavy swing with the pickaxe, smashing into the rock behind it, as you watch as it then takes that pickaxe, driving the shovel in beside it, twisting it and pulling up as you watch as the stone around it begins to crack and buckle. As it pulls it up, you watch as the Grick attempts to leave its nest as it snatches it up with its hand. The Grick naturally makes an attack, but is unable to get through the tough hide of the Cyclops as it takes it, shoves it in its wicker basket and pulls the lid tight down and ties it shut, as the Grick is now thrashing inside of the basket and otherwise trying to escape. But it's very much cramped in there. The Cyclops figure looks around, wanders over here before noting the massive pitfall area in front of it. As it takes a few steps back, it wanders off over in this direction. While this is going on, would anybody like to do anything? Your company has moved down the mountain, with the exception of Kay. Not too far.
Jeff is currently flying above and watching, and I'm watching through Jeff.
Okay, so you're watching this, and I'll say from the eye spectacle, Kay has managed to avoid the sight of everybody, with the exception of Jeff, where Kay currently shows up as a dark spot on the rock, but you don't know that it's Kay yet.
Okay, fair. Then I'll just be whispering very quietly to the party what's going on.
Okay.
Does anyone have a better plan than just continuing to spy on this guy?
I don't think there's anything more we can do. If he spots us, we're toast.
That thing takes a look at me, I'm gonna fall over. In this frail body of mine.
I mean, you'll blend in perfectly with the dark rocks.
How?
Oh, sorry, Lloyd. That was this thing called sarcasm.
Ah, right.
Has all the perception in the world, misses the sarcasm.
My eyes couldn't see it coming.
So, Kay, was there anything you'd like to do in this moment? Or are you just keeping an eye?
Well, I'm just gonna keep an eye on this thing. I don't want to move and ruin my stealth that I have, so I'm just going to watch for now.
Okay. You watch as it moves over to the next hole, otherwise has a look inside, and you watch as it looks in, it kind of bends down and makes almost a sniffing motion from what you can tell. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I currently cannot. Can somebody roll for me? Because my tabletop has currently messed up. Because I briefly lost connection to my internet.
Oh, that's fine, I got you. That was a 3.
+4.
Okay, 7, you can tell that it's sniffing, but you cannot smell anything from this distance. The rain is making that too difficult. It sniffs for a moment before kind of pulling its head back up, and you watch as it takes the shovel and it plants it into the hole itself before it takes it out, puts it in again at a different angle, making a cross shape, as it pulls the shovel back out before it takes the pick, scooping it in and peeling it back. And you watch as it is beginning to expose what looks to be one of the old nests that has otherwise rotten away. Puts its bulky arm in and moves around for a moment, currently prone on the ground, very much exploring, it would seem, with its arm as best it can. Do you do anything, or do you just wait?
His armpit.
Did you say sniff his armpit?
Tickle.
Oh,
Tickle
tickle
his
his
armpit.
armpit. Is Kay just remaining there?
I'm sorry, I got cut. I couldn't hear anything for a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Every time I try and connect to the server thing. Oh, that's why.
Is stuff downloading or something?
No,
updating.
tabletop opened twice.
Oh, fun.
That's not good.
Okay. But yeah, so the Cyclops is currently down on his belly with his arm inside the Grit hole, currently searching around for one of the exposed nests, it would seem.
I'm going to wait because he might come to the one closer to me, and if he does, I might have a way to be able to, follow him without having him notice that I even was there.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna risk anything while he's far away, but if he gets close, I might try and stealthily hitch a ride.
Oh, God,
Oh,
I've got an
boy.
idea of how this could go. This would be hilarious.
Well then,
You
looks
watch
like we're
as
losing.
you watch as he otherwise lifts himself back up, and you can see that he otherwise pulls out what looks to be a clump of eggs that otherwise rotted, and otherwise he looks at them, kind of gives them a sniff, flips the top open, chucks it in his in the pack on the back, where you watch as the Grick then bites and latches onto his hand. He pulls it out and grabs it, pulls it off of his hand, and whacks it against the pillar once. Where you watch as the Grick hits it, he then lifts the Grick back up, and it is solidly unconscious. Just goes, flips the top back up, ties it, kind of has a brief look around with his perception. Okay. He has a look around, notices the hole nearest you, and takes a look up. He's going to see if there's anything of interest in there. Okay. Do you wish to act at all now that he's closer?
I actually had a second thought. I want to see how he acts if a random rat appears. So I am going to have one of my random rats somewhere come and sort of look like it's investigating what's going on.
Okay. I'll say roll me a stealth check with disadvantage as you're intending to do this, but his passive perception could still miss it.
It's more just the rats that are out there, so...
Okay, so the rats are going to be in the area.
Yeah, the rats have been out. I haven't had them come back to me. They're just out in the area right now.
Okay, well in this instance then, I'd say he's looked around and he's noticed the rats, but he seems disinterested.
Alright, well...
Either he hasn't noticed them, or he's proceeding to ignore them. You're not entirely sure. But you watch as he looks at the hole.
I'm gonna watch.
He looks at the hole, kind of looks in, and you watch as he digs his pickaxe in again. Same technique as before, jamming his shovel in beside it, lifting the rock up as a Grick tries to squirm out as he grabs it. This time not making the mistake, swings it against the rock where you are. I will say make me a dexterity saving throw to maintain your position. This will just be as there is going to be Grick being swung at the rock near you. DC isn't going to be very high. So there's nothing to worry, not too much to worry about. Yeah, you're fine. As he swings the Grick against the rock, you feel the impact of the Grick's head just crack against the outside of the rock. Before he otherwise lifts it up. He looks at it, kind of pokes it for a moment, before kind of chucking it in his wicker basket as well as he opens up the lid, chucks it in. Do you wish to act in this moment as he opens up the basket, or no?
No, I'm not I wouldn't go in the basket.
Okay, I wasn't sure what you were implying, so I thought
I was wondering. I was like,
I
yes,
thought I'd
like
give you
to
the
see
option. As he
Haze
pulls...
versus Grick combat in a basket
Well, the Grick's unconscious, so he'd
while
win.
being stealthy. Oh, okay, that's easier. It's
They'd
me.
get there and there'd just be this rat folk sat in there with this huge belly just lying there inside the wicker basket. Sup? I ate your lunch. as he closes the wicker basket, ties it off, and you watch as he turns and does one kind of final look around the area.
Turn as in how? Is he like looking this way?
He was looking towards the hole, and he turns to go back this way, same way he came from.
Alright, well, as he goes to turn that way, I want to latch on to the basket.
Okay. Go ahead and give me... I will give it to you in this manner. You can either use a claw attack with the intent to grapple the basket, or an acrobatics check with the intent to land on the basket. Either way, it will be followed up by a stealth check versus his passive perception.
I'm going to go with...
They'll have different DCs and different outcomes.
Bless you.
Landing might be a bad idea, but also attacking might be a bad idea. Although he's quite big, so he might not even notice a tiny thing like me getting onto the basket. So I'm gonna go with acrobatics.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check, then, please. Ooh, pick up and drop. 7 plus.
That's with the +6.
Plus 6, 13. Not bad. You slide down the rock and you otherwise do the best you can, leaping for the moment, while trying to deftly make it so that you hit the basket in a soft manner, not to rock it too much. Go ahead and give me a stealth check for me, please. Hey, what, sorry?
16.
16. In the moment when you otherwise land on the basket, there is a bit of movement. And as this happens, the Cyclops turns for a moment before kind of reaching back to pull the lid off the top of the basket. But in your stealth, you slide down the outside, holding onto the edge, as he reaches his hand in and kind of gives a poke around. And you hear him say some things in Giant, which you don't understand, before he lifts his hand back out, puts the lid back on, and ties it off. And you are clinging onto the back of the wicker basket, seemingly unnoticed for the time being.
Hey guys, he's mounted the Cyclops.
Sorry?
I'm gonna come back to cat mode. So Kay is actually on the Cyclops.
He does this with everything.
Yeah, we really
Looks
shouldn't
like
be
we're gonna
surprised.
be needing a new party member.
I think we're just going to follow him.
Oh yeah, I imagine so. But
If Jeff is keeping an eye out, we can follow from a bit of a distance.
True. Might stop Damian here from getting caught. Sorry, I'm inheriting Harlan's and
Harlan.
Romulus's shade. So
not fair. It
What
seems
do
accurate.
you mean, Harlan? What do you mean, Romulus?
You're not very stealthy.
I mean, you're kind of in a loud suit of clanking armor. I used to play someone like that back in Campaign 1. I know the pain. Okay. So, are you following then?
Well, I mean,
Yes, but
Yeah.
I need a certain character to withdraw from her crystal parrot.
I am here still.
That's good. You're actually withdrawn from Jeff.
Yeah, I jumped back to talk to
Cool.
you about the fact
No.
that he was.
Before we go, Kat, I don't know if this will be of any use to you currently or in the future, but I have a mana potion that you seem to have forgotten about that you might want.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I will.
I'm sure it'll be more benefit to you than anyone else.
Yeah, no, that'd be quite useful. That'd be quite useful. Right, mana potion.
How many weeks has it taken us to do that?
Yeah, it's unimportant. This
Many.
is a moment you might
Many
need it.
unimportant.
It's unimportant. This is a moment you might need it. So, let us move from this map then. Okay, I will leave this map intact on my other board.
The board?
Yes, where I hide all the maps.
Oh.
Map
I'm
pack.
going to be right back 1 second.
Oh, these are grips as well. These are the dead
I
ones.
thought you
can
just
see them.
meant it was a disinteresting map.
No, it's just a map where I keep all the other maps. So, you continue to otherwise harbour your pursuit. Cat, go ahead and make me a survival check to maintain your pursuit. Kay, I'm going to say for the extent of this, is there anything you wish to do other than remaining stealthy?
Occasional signal flares, could you?
Just to have like
yes.
the rats that he had around go to the party and help make sure that they stay on track with me.
So instead of leaving a breadcrumb trail, you're leaving a rat trail.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, I'll say, Cat, you have advantage on this then.
Okay. I mean, it'd be harder to beat 18, but let's go crit fishing.
You can get a 20?
You can get a 20.
That's 19.
19, okay. You otherwise follow the rats. I couldn't have been follow the butterflies.
How has it got to this point that we're following rats? I mean, I hate rats, but I mean, I guess they're not attacking us, so we should go with that.
You follow the rats, with Jeff otherwise scouting ahead. Give me a perception check for Jeff, please.
Yeah, right. You boy.
And are you looking through Jeff's eyes, or is Jeff
I am
independent?
bouncing between the two.
Okay. Go ahead, make a perception check with Jeff, please.
Okay, this
We're following the squeakers.
+3, so that's 10.
10. With the difficulty of the rain and maintaining a distance as to not be seen, it's a bit difficult to see anything up ahead. There is a little bit of kind of low-hanging mist, which seems to be burning off and fighting with the sun that occasionally breaks through the clouds, but it does begin to form at certain areas around the place. But you do notice, off in the distance, a light through Jeff's eyes. Anyway.
Okay.
So
And it's
what?
like an
A light.
artificial light, or is it like...
Like a campfire light.
Okay. Guys, up ahead, I think that could potentially be his camp. There's a potential fire or a light of some degree.
Oh, so you've travelled for about, at this point, at his pace, about 25 minutes.
Do you reckon it's to prepare like a mid-afternoon snack?
It could be his home. I mean, I don't know what these guys live in. I don't imagine it being burrows, and it's going to need to be a pretty big cave for him to live in a cave. So maybe they just have camps. So it could be his camp.
So you're suggesting that Cyclops is a camp folk?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
God's sake. Can we see the Cyclops from where we are?
Where you are, no. You're using Jeff and
Okay.
a breadcrumb trail of rats to locate where you're going. But outside of that, you aren't within sight range. You're specifically avoiding it so that you don't get seen. And I'll say throughout this entire time, Kay, while you're on his back or on the wicker basket, he is turning around occasionally to look behind him, and like every now and then, as he does, he just kind of looks back, stops for a moment, then keeps going. He is very much wary of your party, it would seem, but unaware of you still.
Aha.
While this is going on, I will say, Kay, with your passive insight / investigation, or not insight, perception investigation, you do note that up ahead he is currently walking towards a glow, which is still peeking through despite the rain.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I don't know what's going on with my internet. It just keeps cutting in and out.
The Cyclops is currently walking towards a glow, a campfire-like glow. And you can see it now, despite the rain.
Are there, just getting a general look around the area from what I can see, are there any good hiding spots nearby?
Make me a perception check.
Can you roll that for me, please?
Oh, yes.
I have been disconnected once again.
14
Plus 4.
Plus 4, okay. Let me quickly load the map on my other screen.
We've
Campaign.
rolled really high, but unfortunately, there's still no hiding spots.
There's a stone.
There's a stone right behind the
So
stone.
it was,
I mean, that works.
So it was 14 plus what,
Stone
sorry?
Marble.
4.
4. From the distance you're coming from, or from the angle you're coming from, sorry, you can see the following. Up ahead, you can see the campfire, currently burning and blazing, and there seems to be some form of tarp along with a number of rocks that are set around it. You can see the area is otherwise a brittle kind of almost rock slide area, but there's still cracked stone and terrain underneath it, making a somewhat base around it. But you note there are a number of trees here also. The trees themselves are long dead, no greenery on them whatsoever, but you do note cages hanging from them. You note there are a number of rocks around here as well, which look strange, carved into, and there are 3 large beds which otherwise have something over the top of them. I'll quickly show you what you're looking at. Ooh, I need to move the stuff. Move it up here. This is what you currently look at. As he's walking in across from this direction down the hill, you note 2 more Cyclopses. Neither of these two are wearing helmets. One is currently sat on that rock, and another is sat on this rock, as they're otherwise poring over the, whatever this may be in the cauldron. The one that's coming, you otherwise hear it shout something. Nocturus, Thorfrun, to the rest of them. What do you do? You have a bounty of potential hiding spots.
I am gonna take advantage the next time he steps down, like when he kind of gets like a bit closer to the ground, to like gently let myself off the basket, and I want to hide. Most likely over here, because has a lot of hiding area that I can see.
Okay, so this will be an additional stealth check, please.
That is the best.
Yeah, I don't have a cow, or not a cow, a goat. So this is it's not a horse.
It's not
a horse, obviously.
Yeah, so actually, it should be slightly smaller, but yes.
18.
18. Using the range to your advantage and the slickness, you slide down the edge of the wicker basket, land on the ground using a few rats as noise mufflers, and then proceeding to run over to the rocks and sliding behind them as your friend, as your taxi, otherwise continues on his way.
Did you leave a tip?
It may or may not be in the basket.
There's a rat in the basket. Oh no. Okay, the rest of you at this point are a distance away, but Jeff is clocking this as well now, as Jeff is now seeing this take place and the giant is running up. Wandering up.
There's 2 more Cyclops. There's now 3 of them.
And I'll say with that perception check, Kay, you note that there is not a horse or a mountain goat in the nearest cage on the current tree. And you can hear the sounds and see kind of slumped forms of what look to be feathered folk in the 2 baskets to the tree to your left. You cannot see if there are any more in any of the baskets further afield, but you can see other baskets. Or not baskets, cages, sorry.
I see.
I will say the party at this point, you will be coming from this direction, same as the Cyclops was. And I've also just realised I need to move the map because it is off-centre.
So there are cages hanging from the trees. There's 3 Cyclops, and they have an entire camp, and they're cooking something in the middle. Like, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Still not too sure where Kay is, though. I'm assuming I didn't see him.
I'd say with Jeff's perception, you note that he's not on the basket anymore. That's it.
Okay.
He
Kane's
came
gone
off at
somewhere.
some point. And the rats are
not on the
beginning to
basket.
diffuse. You do know.
Maybe Kay's gone home.
Where would you Kay even go home? A hole in the ground? Are we just going? Maybe he is a cave person. Yeah, could be. Yeah,
Most likely
yeah.
he's either backed up or gone to find a hiding spot.
Yeah, no,
I'm sure he'll turn up.
Is there anywhere that? Is there anywhere that you can see with Jeff that we could hide? I mean, I'm gonna take a guess that I'm probably gonna go nowhere near this camp if we're gonna do like some sort of scouting mission.
Okay, I'm gonna skirt the outside edge of the camp with Jeff.
With Jeff?
Giving it a wide berth, but yeah, skirt sort of like behind these trees, round the back of the beds, behind these trees, and see what I can see.
Okay, make me a perception check. This will take a while, but it will otherwise account for the time that it takes for you to get close-ish. And I'll be asking who will be getting close as the events will begin to transpire.
That is 17.
17, okay. So as Jeff is flying around, we'll get to this in events, Jeff is also keeping an eye on the Cyclopses, as this one wanders up and begins to talk in Giant to the other ones around it. You note, for the three of them, they are all different in different manners. The red one in question is the one carrying what looks to be a large shovel and pickaxe with the wicker basket on his back. As he kind of wanders up and has his helmet, you watch as he takes the helmet off and straps it to his side, where you can see he's got these red markings around his central eye that then go outwards across and around his head, where there is a very thin layer of black hair on the top. You note the green one who is currently sat there with a large spoon and a large kind of great knife to his side, where he's currently sat and he is stirring the pot. You can see there is a tarpaulin over the top, which they've kind of makeshift set up to keep the rain out. As he's stirring it, kind of turns and talks. Before you see, actually this one will be slightly smaller. The slightly smaller Cyclops across the way is currently just sat there kind of poking it and goes to kind of talk. Are you looking through Jeff while this is happening, by the way?
Yes, I am.
So you would understand what they are saying in Giant with that perception check. As you
Right,
overhear
okay.
that. As you overhear them say, from the main hunter, turns up and goes, "Found more gricks for your stew. Hopefully it'll be enough for you this time, although there don't seem to be much more." "That won't be a problem. We're not going to be staying here long once the boss comes back. We've got what we need, and we're going to be heading back home soon enough. So it'll be our last meal here for tonight." "Oh, does that mean I get to have the stew early?" "No! You don't touch the stew till it's ready. It's not right." "You sure? We've had it before when it's not been right." "Yeah, look how that turned out. You're shitting yourself for the past 3 days. "Yeah, well, you know, these things happen from time to time. You can't help it." "You can if you cook it proper. Don't let it happen again." "Right, what do you want me to do with the gricks?" "Chop 'em up like you usually would." "You know I don't do the killing of these things. It's not right." "Fine, get the runt to do it. He'll be fine smashing the heads off. Just make sure that you do the chopping. I want 'em cut fine." "Righto." And as he wanders over, and as the smaller one proceeds to try and reach for the pot, he slaps his hand, going, "Don't touch the food till it's ready. You're going with me." "Fine." As they go over to this particular portion over here. Kay, while this is all happening, what do you do? You are noting their movement and patterns around, and their kind of silhouettes in the distance. Given that it's getting darker, given it's past midday, but it's still raining, and what little light is peeking through, you are seeing what's going on.
I am just gonna try and get a look around the place. I'm probably gonna move from this tree or this tree.
Okay.
Kay did understand that this dude was lying about the cat person, so
I will say
might be in a cage.
I will say that the only person who did was Cat, because she understood Giant. The rest of you saw that he was
Everybody did.
uneasy about whatever question
Oh.
Cat asked. So Cat asked a question, he said an immediate reply, and then was nervous. So you gather that whatever she asked, which she probably then would have told the rest, would have been relevant to it's questionable. So you've got reason to suspect it, but you don't know exactly what was asked.
Well, I'm going to look for a cat person.
Okay.
Or
So-
any signs of a cat person.
Okay. Make me a stealth check, and followed by your choice of perception or investigation.
Probably investigation, since I'm... Actually, no. Probably perception, because I can see the cage is here, but I can't see the ones there, so I might make out a silhouette.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's my reasoning, at least.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Alright. Left will be perception, right will be perception.
Left will be stealth, you mean right will be
Stealth.
perception.
Yeah,
Yep.
stealth.
I got what you meant.
Oh, God.
Okay. What's the stealth total?
The stealth is 8 total, unfortunately.
Okay. 8 total. As
Wait,
you're
do I have
as,
one?
as you're stealthing around, you're moving
I
between
don't.
as you're moving around, moving between the trees. The two harpies and the goat clock you. The goat immediately begins to kind of move back and forth as as both of the harpies see you. One of the harpies throws a bone at the goat, and you watch as this happens. You watch as one of these two, all of them notice this, and you watch as this one wanders over and shouts in giant, which you don't understand, before he otherwise smacks the cage with the harpy in it, which swings back and forth. You go unnoticed
Yes. Thank you, Harpy.
as it wanders back over here with what's happening. I will say,
I
with
just-
that stealth check, Jeff clocks where Kay is.
Okay. I'll relay to the party. So Kay's behind one of the trees.
Okay.
Trees ahead?
The
You-
Perception total?
perception-
Are we close enough to see the trees, or no?
I'll be asking in a moment your distance from the camp when we get there.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. With the unnatural 20, you see there are bones in this cage, and looking across the way, you can see that there are a number of forms in the ones further afield. One of them seems bipedal, even if it is kind of just as it stands up. The other two seem quadrupeds in some form. In the cages over here. The one that is bipedal seems to be this one right here.
That one? Got it.
I will mark that one with
Not a quadrupedal.
not a quadrupedal. Let's mark it with a
Horse,
I
obviously.
am NPC.
no. I'm gonna mark it with a.
Quadrupedal.
I'm going to mark it with a human, so you know which one it is, and then I'm gonna find a quadrupedal tile.
Ooh, I wonder what they'll be.
Such as
Not a horse.
not a
Displacer beast.
it's displaceably so large. Let's-
So you can use
Actually,
tiny
no,
displacer
I
beast.
got a better one. The bipedal's gonna be a snowman.
Oh,
No, man.
And the quadruped is going to
You
be...
gotta use Derpy Boy, please.
No, he's too big.
But you can make him tiny.
I know I can, I'm just
oh,
lazy.
not a bipedal.
I'm just lazy, so not a bipedal. Let's go with a... You know what, I might not ever get to use these tiles, so that's fine. And velociraptors.
Oh,
Amazing.
This is not what they actually are.
Bipedal?
If they were, I would tame them.
They
They
got
would be my
legs
new
on
pet.
they got legs on the front. They're quadrupedal. I know they're bipedal, but they're hunched. It's fine.
I would like to give
Actually, not fine.
I would like to give a thankful nod to the Harpy.
The harpy does look back in your general direction, but doesn't see you. It seems. It seems the distraction was good, but the harpy is too exhausted. You know that the condition that the harpies are in, they are bloodied, bruised, and they do not look like they've seen rest in a while. Jeff flies further around, and Jeff, with a perception check, will identify what Kay spotted. As Jeff sees the following. One tabaxi person who I do not have a tile for, and two wolves.
Okay.
As Jeff takes note of this. Jeff is finally flying around.
Okay. I found a tabaxi and two wolves at the opposite end of the camp.
You note there are also bones in these ones here, and you also note that I'll say... Actually, no, you just notice the bones in these ones, as well as the tree itself is covered in these large red crystals.
Oh.
Oh. Huh.
As this happens, you watch as the little Cyclops, or the runt, otherwise grabs one of the gricks, takes it, and just takes the knife next to it and chops the head off, pushes it to one side, and just leaves it bloodied on the rag, takes the next one, chops the head off, fishes into the bag for the eggs. What else does he find in there, Kay, if anything?
he will find. Hold on. See if I get something. Oh, yes. I know one thing that it would have. One random wooden figurine in there.
Okay, he reaches in as he grabs the eggs. I'm going to roll an investigation check for him. He reaches in, grabs the eggs, and scoops up the wooden figurine as he otherwise trudges back with it, and kind of notices it. Saying in giant, "Hey, you found something odd in the nest. Those Gricks must have been real craftsmen." And otherwise holds it up as the two of them both look at him, and just goes, "Don't be daft. Gricks can't craft. Let me see that." And he wanders over and he grabs the figurine, taking a very close look at it. Not sure what it is. Just give it to the boss, though. I'm sure he'll find a use for it. And he otherwise passes it back to the smaller one, who then proceeds to put it in a pocket nearby. He otherwise looks over, goes and takes a seat back, and then proceeds to stare at the stew some more as the cook is currently working on it. As this one goes over and begins finally cutting the or slicing the Gricks into pieces.
They have a boss. Just random bits of information Kat is relaying.
Yeah.
This is what Damian hears, and Damian just motions to his shield. What, I got him a shield?
Completely ignored because Kat is still looking through Jeff's eyes.
Yep. So Cat is blind and deaf at this point. Yep.
I'm gonna try and get Jeff's attention because I'm pretty sure Kay could have seen Jeff. Right? With my 20.
The 20 was to look for things like the trees across and the cages. You wouldn't be looking up to see Jeff. So I'll say make me another perception check to see if you can spot Jeff in the sky.
I need to see Jeff. Let me see Jeff. Okay, no, I don't see Jeff.
No. You look around in the sky, and as you otherwise do, rain kind of drops into your eyes, or drops on the surface of your lenses on your mask, and you're kind of looking up. Can't seem to see anything as you otherwise kind of duck your head back down in your hiding position, not willing to expose your current location to them.
What I am going to do is this is a boulder, right?
Yes.
It's not very far away, so I'm gonna take it extremely carefully, moving from behind the tree, behind the boulder.
Okay.
I want to be in position for when this guy turns around to go back this way, to try and make it to that boulder.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh wait, these are large beds, aren't they?
Yes, they're huge beds, but yes.
I might be able to hide behind those.
Keep in mind they are bedrolls, so they're not like raised off the ground. They're just fabric that's been left on the floor.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, probably
I'll say you go unnoticed moving to here. It's a short enough distance, and given the distraction before, you're pretty confident you haven't been seen. Is Jeff going to continue circling, or is Jeff going to come back to you, Kat?
Jeff will carry on going round here and then reunite with us.
Okay.
Instead of just hammering straight through the middle.
No, I imagine going straight round. So Jeff will be currently here, as Jeff otherwise hears, also in Giant, which you understand. Oh, by the way, found some other people up near the pillar. Same as a friend over there. Kind of gestures a thumb towards the crystal-covered tree. What do you mean, friend? Same as him? Looking for him? Yeah, quite possibly. They asked me about a cat person. I assumed it was him. The figure in the cage otherwise seems to be following the conversation. They too speak Giant.
Ah.
As they look out, the Cyclops that's currently chopping the meat finally comes back with the kind of scooping up the cloth, pulling all the pieces with, and kind of goes over, grabs the eggs out of the or grabs the eggs from the runt and carries them over to the cook, and goes, well, I told them not to follow, so hopefully they didn't follow, otherwise they'd be stupid if they did. If the boss gets here and finds more of them, they're all dead, rather not have to kill more of them. Why'd you do that? You're so merciful to the other creatures. There's no point wasting them. They've got lives too. I ain't gonna kill mercilessly unless I have to. You're strange for one of hunger. Look, my ways are my own, my teachings are my own. You question them, things will go poorly. You saw what happened to him when he ate a meal which hadn't been prepared properly. I bless our food, it stops us from becoming a problem. Capiche? Yes, I suppose. But if the boss hears of this, he'll want to go hunting for them. You realise that? That means we're going to be here another few days and we're almost out of food. We're going to have to eat that goat next. Maybe even the wolves. No, don't get to eat the wolves. The wolves are for Tibbs. Shut up about Tibbs. No one cares. But he's a friend. You watch as Jeff watches as the runt reaches down and grabs a bag. Roll me another perception check, please. Not Tibbs. Sorry, Figs. Sorry, got the name wrong. Figs.
No, what's Fig's gonna be?
Oh, it's 7.
7. You watch as he reaches down to the bag and otherwise kind of begins to stroke the top of the bag. You don't see anything. Does Jeff want to stick around to potentially see, or does Jeff want to come back and reconvene with you guys? The more Jeff circles around, the higher chance he has of being spotted.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna just bring him back.
Okay, Jeff will come back to the rest of the party. Okay.
So they have a pet called Figs, I think it was. God only knows what it is, but the wolves are for him.
Okay,
or that.
Okay, you're a distance away, so you are not hearing what's happening. You're hearing in giant as this is all kind of shouting out, as they're kind of shouting back and forth. This one comes and sits down on the rock, proceeds to kind of reach down. Actually, no, this is his rock, sorry. Comes and sits down on the rock and proceeds to otherwise grab a barrel and just kind of cracks the top off, and you see he just begins to chug water. What are the rest of you doing? In this instance, I will say who is getting close and who is keeping their distance, and how close is also a question. If you're maneuvering into a position, you can position yourself in anything on this half quadrant if you wish, on this lower half quadrant. Otherwise going around the outside, as you are made aware that you could recourse to otherwise be on this kind of corner bit here. Or if you wish to go further, you can join from the other sides later on.
Where am I going to go? Because Damian, presumably, it's quite a nice clear view up the slope.
Yes, up the slope would be a lot easier to see. Yes, whereas where you're coming, so at the moment you've got. So you see where there's these faint rocky areas.
Yep.
These are sloped areas leading down. This is a recess in the middle.
It's like a delve.
Yeah. This is a delve in the middle. There are rocks and there's a few trees along the edge. So the best way to get view of this would be to be from this angle, or more pronouncedly from this angle.
Well, Damian doesn't want to necessarily see or be seen, so Damian's going to go for where it's probably going to be the best place to hide.
So probably the way you're coming then, because it means you don't have to do any excess movement and you can keep.
I'm going to be staying back.
You're going to be staying back and not be seen. Okay.
Yeah.
Cat, Vinny, and Lloyd. Romulus will go with you, Cat.
Okay, we need to make a decision what we're going to do. I mean, we found what it is who it is we're looking for. One of them's a pacifist, one of them genuinely is not a pacifist, and one of them seems a bit dippy. So, I don't know if negotiating with them is going to be something. If their boss turns up, apparently there's going to be a zero tolerance policy on, or we're going to get killed.
Right.
Did you get an idea of what exactly they want?
No idea, but they're leaving in about 24 hours. They're leaving tomorrow, so they've stated. This is their last meal.
Well, depends if we kill them or not. I recommend...
We are not killing them.
No.
You want to try?
You phrased it that way.
If you want to try, start designing a character now.
Yeah. I recommend
Yeah, y'all can design a new character. Kay will not intervene.
I recommend that we try and free the Tabaxi as soon as possible. Vinny, Are you able to speak with the wolves at all? Because I suspect that if any of us tried sneaking to get to Brass, the wolves would probably start howling like crazy. So you might need to talk to them and tell them to try and be quiet. You might even try to release them if possible. Even if
I
it's
can
a
definitely
decoy.
talk to them. How close are they, though?
I don't know.
At the opposite side of the camp.
Yeah. So if you're in tabletop, you can see the two wolves are on this side. The map is all there, isn't it? And it's all
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
so you can see the wolves that are there. I'll say this has all been relayed to you via cat speaking.
Okay.
Through different
I'll
phases.
probably drawing into like the ground with a stick, but like this is the camp. There's trees here, beds are here, stones here, campfire and cooking pots there.
And Kay's there.
Okay, last time I saw him was behind this tree, behind the not a goat, not a horse. Though, pretty sure it looks like a horse, but you know it's got a name tag that says not a horse, so I'm gonna believe it. Okay.
So I guess maybe. I mean, I don't want to be seen because if I'm seen or if I try sneaking, things go badly wrong. So whomever's gonna try to do the sneaking, and through the tabaxi, I recommend maybe sneaking round the west side if possible. I mean, I'll try and get in a position which is hidden from them, but at least can see you guys.
They are northwest. There are two harpies to the south of the camp, and would Jeff have seen the harpies winding up the goat and getting told off?
Yes.
So
yeah, and Jeff would that moment would have noticed that Kay was running behind the tree, and I'd say the connection would be difficult for you to spot, so you probably wouldn't have noticed that the harpies were potentially helping Kay.
No, but the harpies seem active. I mean, they were antagonizing the goat, and then the giant god Cyclops come over and screamed at them. So, they are very much alive, but I don't imagine they're happy in there. So,
they might provide a distraction then.
True. I don't think we're going to be able to negotiate with them. I mean, the one who's a pacifist is outnumbered by the two, and if the boss turns up, I would say
for the boss.
Yeah, I would say it'd be great to sneak in there maybe at nightfall, but depending entirely when this boss is due to return, which could be imminently, considering they're having their last meal today. Our odds are not great.
Are they eating right now?
They're
no,
still
they
preparing.
They're preparing it because they can't. They're not going to eat it quickly because it's got to be perfect and ready. Otherwise, it doesn't taste good.
I'm thinking let's get in closer. See if we can spot anything. I can creep round, attempt to pacify the dogs. I should be able to pick the locks in the cages.
Okay.
Something to know about the cages that I should actually mention. The cages are suspended off the ground, hanging from the trees. That's something I did fail to mention. So
yes, yeah. How far off the ground?
The trees are quite tall, so they're probably about 4 or 5 feet off the ground. Probably at the highest point, which would be for the harpies and for brass, they are about 6 feet off the ground.
Would a goat survive dropping to the ground like that?
Depends. The goat's not necessarily a great condition.
Probably not.
It might just fall to the ground and then fall unconscious. You have no idea. Goats don't take fall damage, potentially. You don't know. You've never fought a goat before.
There's one last thing. Out of all of the trees there, the one that Brass is in has red crystals on it. The other trees don't. I don't know what them crystals are.
That's concerning.
I think the only people who might know what this is... Lloyd, are you proficient in history and or arcana?
I believe I am in history.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I am. Are you proficient in arcana?
History as well.
No, I don't.
Okay, so I will say... Lloyd, go ahead and make me a history check with disadvantage. Damian, are you proficient in arcana?
Nope.
Make a history check with disadvantage, then, please.
I'm in both, but I don't think I know what this is.
I will say I'd say the DC will be high for you, Cat, but you can go ahead and make me a roll because you're proficient in
Well,
both.
I have no fucking
No
clue.
disadvantage.
Okay.
No, and I don't think I have much of a clue
Did
either.
you say
No.
with disadvantage, yeah?
With no disadvantage because you have both proficiencies, but the DC is going to be higher.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh, come on now, roll 3.
Yes!
Fucking
1,
hell.
2, 3. Okay.
Nice.
Red crystals. You're as much in the dark about them as you are now as you will be going forward.
Landed. I genuinely don't know what they mean.
Hey, look, the other ones were are in 3s. 7, 10, 13.
Oh my goodness. It's an omen. It's a sign.
Have we got a really long stick to poke the crystals with? I mean, we could find out that way.
Last time I poked a crystal, the crystal shot back. Turns out it was actually bugs, but
Yeah, we really. If those crystals do something, we really don't want them to. Right, while we're there.
Hang on, what is
That's what
detect
10-foot
magic?
poles for.
Detect magic is on self. That's not much useful to me. I was gonna try and cast it on Jeff.
Oh no, I can't do anything either with my spells. No.
Okay, while they're discussing this, is there anything you'd like to do during this time? You recalled the rats to you, as I saw in the message you
Yes.
sent. All the rats have recalled to you, and they're now hiding either on your form or around the area.
Okay. Well, I had a second thought about making it across here. I don't know what the party intends to do.
A really good point.
I want. How dark is it currently?
Currently, I'd say you've still got... It's quite light out, despite it's nearing dim light at this current point. As it currently stands, it's rain that's coming down, so it's not obscuring too much, but it still is cloudy out, so it's not the best light that you'd be able to get. It's not like it's blaring sunlight outside, but it isn't like it's a very heavy rain and you can barely see anything. It's that nice middle ground where you can still see a distance, but it's rainy weather, so it's a little bit grey.
I want to wait for it to be a little bit darker before I try and do anything by myself, because Kay currently is covered in like dark clothing, so
Yeah.
it's better for him to take advantage of the darkness rather than make too much of a scene when it's lighter.
Okay.
So
you'll hang fire until it either begins to get darker or the party
somebody comes
does
to
something.
find me.
Okay.
I have an idea. Does Cat know that Kay has control of the rats? Can we establish that? Does she know? Because I mean, we've now been following rats, which have been a trail, and I've seen it a couple of times.
I'll say you know the rats are friends with Kay. You don't know to what extent.
Okay, I am gonna send Jeff over to where I last saw Kay. Land him sort of like around here
Okay.
somewhere.
Yep.
Right. And do I have control over Jeff's mimicry, like volume-wise?
You
He's not
have
just gonna scream K, is he?
I would say you don't understand how his mimicry works, but you can ask him to say something.
Okay.
You don't know as to whether he'll do it loud or not, and I'll probably base that on a roll.
Right. So, okay. Right. To start with, can I see K? Actively looking for him.
Make me a perception check. This will be versus the 8 from previously. For K.
Oh dear.
That is.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that
really
works.
high.
Yeah. Jeff otherwise flies over and lands. With that perception, I'll say you can see Kay, and you can just about hear the conversation off in the distance. If you wish to focus on one or the other, I'll leave that choice to you.
I'm going to go up to the back of Kay, and Jeff is like just literally going to hop quietly and go over to Kay and peck against his boot.
Okay. You notice
Like-
Jeff.
There's a hole in my boot.
looks for the hole. Shakes head.
Your foot's in it.
Okay. So I'm going to instruct Jeff to quietly as possible say to Kay, rats, check crystal in trees for trap.
Make me a constitution check with Jeff, please.
What? Oh, I'll be right.
17 plus 16.
Okay. Not K. Jeff maintains volume correctly. Doesn't go over the top, doesn't screech. Jeff maintains the correct volume for this. Enough that Kay can hear, but not too much that anybody else can hear.
Okay.
Alright.
So Jeff is currently on the ground. Trish, you do anything else with Jeff?
I'm waiting for a response, or if he does it, I genuinely have no idea. But just waiting.
Kay's just gonna nod. He's not gonna make a sound. Cause, yeah.
Okay. I will wait for the feedback then.
I am going to send out 5 rats to go around this way to go and investigate. Because I saw that neither of these 2 trees had crystals, so he can guess that this one probably does.
Okay. And they will remain within your 120-foot range, so they are able to maintain this order. Okay. You send the 5 rats around, scurrying as best they can. Make me a stealth check for them, please.
Stealth check for them. Give me 1 sec to pull up their info.
Ready for familiars and swarms.
Plus 2. Got it.
Plus 2. Okay.
I hate it when it does that. So it's a 11.
11. The rats run around, seemingly unnoticed, as the Cyclops seem a little bit preoccupied with the fire in the middle. As the 3 rats run around, or 5 rats run around, they begin to touch the tree. You lose control of the rats. You don't see why. No one is close enough to see.
I turn to the bird.
And eat it.
I sent them and lost control of them. They touched the tree and I don't know what happened.
Right. Jeff will nod. I'm going to quickly jump back to Cat. And so, could have a new problem. We're not too sure what happened. I just asked Kay if he can send some rats to inspect the tree. With the crystals, the rats made contact with the tree and he said he lost contact with them.
That's not good.
Right, so in that case, we might have difficulty freeing anything from that tree. Did Jeff notice how high up the cages were?
Would Jeff have noticed? Yeah, he would have noticed because he's seen them.
Yeah.
As about 6 foot-ish off of the
Right.
floor.
Yeah. 4 for the wolves, 6 for brass.
Yeah, so 4 for the wall, 6 for
That's
brass.
going to be inaccessible then, probably. That's not good.
Unless someone comes with me, so
I
that I can stand on their shoulders.
I can always lift you up or pull the cage down, but it'll make a lot of noise. We'll need a good distraction.
What about oh, Vinny, you've got a bow, don't you? Have you got any torches?
Good question.
I'm just thinking that perhaps we could set fire to the tree.
Oh, well, that's going to be subtle and slow. Is it rope or chain they're attached to the tree via?
Rope.
Potentially, we could sever the rope.
What with magic?
Could use magic, or we could be very skilled with a bow. I mean, there's ways around things. I mean,
How sneaky are you, Romulus?
Oh, let me check. Elevator music plays.
Wading through rats.
On a scale of 1 to 100, 2.
Even I can see Romulus from here.
I'm also quite big, but that doesn't mean I can't hide.
Yeah, if the two of us got close, we could just cut the cage down and run off with it.
We could. I could carry it and run, but I'd be a bit slow. Depending on how quick those giants are, I might not be able to get away, and I don't think I can fight them on my own.
So we need a
Could we
very...
then provide some like kind of crossfire as a distraction? So say if we took up 3 other positions, maybe like from the north, the south, and the east, to distract.
What's the terrain like around here? Is this a giant hill?
This
all
is
flat?
the middle where the camp is a delve. Anywhere where you can see faded rocks around the outside is a slope going upwards.
So here, this is on a slope.
So, yes, that's on a slope. That would be a rock kind of leaning inwards, almost like an overlook.
So it's sloping inwards from
It's
the
sloping
edge of the map.
inwards from the edge of the map, yeah. The only place
In
that
every
it's
single
not
direction.
sloping is this bit here, where it would then go down further into Moor Valley below. So the only way that's looking up would be the bit that's off map over here.
Okay. So, I mean, potentially, I could... This is going to take some time because there's a big old rock. I don't know how deep it is. We could destabilize the rock that's to the north of the camp. Or I could send Jeff up behind the rock and scream quite loudly with his mimicry and maybe get their attention.
Jeff and Kay, at this moment you note movement as this Cyclops gets up, points its finger at both of these two, and then wanders over here.
Jeff would have notified me of that.
I'm gonna say to Jeff, can you see what they are doing?
No, you're not dead
No,
yet.
you're still alive, Infernal. It's fine.
The party hasn't
Okay.
moved yet, so... you're fine.
Okay.
They're still discussing.
Oh, I see. We've made some
Yeah.
progress.
I'm gonna quickly take Jeff and take him over to like this branch and see if I can see what he's doing. But I'm not gonna go over too close because I'm not wanting to proc anything yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeff, make me a perception check, please.
Come on, Jeff, be a good boy.
While they're doing that,
Oh,
7?
yeah.
Okay. Thankfully you rolled low. As from this angle, you can see he is relieving himself, but you do not see too much into it.
Oh!
As you watch as the otherwise pulls the bit of furs down in front of him again, and otherwise wanders back before you watch as the otherwise kind of lifts his hand up to the rain, washes it a bit, and then puts his hands over the fire for a moment before sitting back down and picking up his spoon again.
Literally, all the party see is just Cat go, oh, go completely pale white and look horrified.
What did you see? Did they kill anyone?
I'm gonna
Are you
send
okay?
Jeff back over here.
Okay. Is Jeff just listening to Kay then at this instance? Not
Yeah,
listening?
just
Okay.
say P, and then I'm gonna go back to the party, and just yeah. So the idea, how are we gonna approach this, guys?
I think the only plan is some of us make a distraction while the rest of us sneak in.
Okay, right.
Castle
Who can make a distraction and not die?
So basically, I think the plan is that Romulus and Vinny go round the right, sorry, left, and try and free one of the cages, Ross's cage, whereas the other three of us
Didn't
could face
someone with
there. Is
stealth?
maybe in the south, the east, and the north, make distractions. Or alternatively, we could. Kat suggested that we dislodge this great big rock as a distraction
Or I put Jeff behind the rock so they can't see and use his
and make a
mimicry.
loud noise.
Make noises like talking loudly.
Mm.
What, like, yo, we're over here, dudes! Come get us!
Or I could just say I see UP.
We need to make
Ah.
sure whatever we do as a distraction, it gets all three of them.
I have. Damn. Thaumaturgy is only your voice, right?
You can mimic. Thaumaturgy makes your voice louder. Yes.
Okay, so I can't use it to make other people's voices louder.
If it's touch, then you can.
It's 30 foot. But
Oh,
you mean
30
if I
foot.
touch them then?
Does it
Yeah.
say under the conditions? Is it target creature, or does it say it makes your voice louder?
No,
So
it makes your voice louder.
So it's just your voice that can affect.
Okay.
Okay.
That.
Well, so while you're continuing to scheme, Kay, is there anything you'd like to do?
Yes. Just as carefully as before,
Mm-hmm.
I am making it back to this tree.
Okay.
And I am going to climb the tree and get into a position where I can clearly see the harpy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say
And
Jeff is on Kay's
I'll say
shoulder,
Jeff is
just back.
following. Yeah, Jeff is following.
I'm going to try and whisper, "Can you hear me or understand?"
Go ahead and make me an athletics or acrobatics check to climb the tree initially. Just while I look up to see what languages a harpy speaks. Nope, that's not the right book. That's the right book.
Dream.
Oh dear.
Can I say I'd have advantage since I can make my hands metal?
And use them as climbing spikes?
Yeah.
I'll say the first. What was your total for the first one?
You said acrobatics.
Or athletics, your choice.
It would be acrobatics. Total would be an 9.
With a 9, you manage to climb up part of the tree, but it is getting slippery, and you're losing your grip. So I'll say you use your claws, digging them in, and stopping your stuff from slipping. So that should be fine.
Okay.
And you otherwise climb up, and go ahead and make me a stealth check, please. This will be to generally hide, and then it will be a constitution check afterwards to speak loud enough without breaking your stealth. So 2 rolls there.
Alright.
First one is stealth, second one is constitution check.
Alright. Stealth is
Good.
okay.
Stealth is good. You are
Uh,
unseen as you otherwise climb up. Let's make a stealth check for
Con-
Jeff as well, please.
Oh, right.
And con check,
Yeah.
yeah.
Con is 7. I
Okay.
think. Yeah, 7.
You.
Jeff.
What's Jeff's total?
7. No, hang on, no, because it's a completely different thing, isn't it here? What is stealth? Stealth
Good
is...
question, good question.
Stealth is dex, okay. What can Jeff do? That's plus 2, so that's 5.
I'm going to eat Jeff. I
So
swear.
5. Okay. The harpy's turn, seeing Jeff, and then noticing you a moment later, Kay, as Jeff kind of hops onto the wood, and it's very shiny. As they notice you, the Cyclopses still don't seem to notice, as they seem to be a distance away.
That's good.
But the harpy notices you, and as you begin to speak out, it kind of moves up and presses itself against the edge of the cage, its claws wrapping around the exterior, or of the bars on it. Kind of presses itself to try and hear.
I'm going to sit Jeff down behind a tree and tell it to stay.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence check for Jeff, please, Cat, because it's your familiar. Let's see if it follows somebody else's orders, or if it's gonna get the, or if your prior orders are gonna get the better of it. Nope.
15 plus. Oh no!
Minus.
4.
-4, so that is an 11. Jeff rides the line of this DC and stays tight, but not for long.
I don't need long. I just need to get close enough so I can hear.
Okay. With your stealth
Can-
carrying over, yep, you move over.
Can you understand?
Yes, I can understand. You're here to help. We won't kill you if you help us escape.
We mainly came for one over there, pointing to Cage over there, but I can't ignore that you helped me.
Yes, free us too. Free us too when you free your friend. We help,
Can you
we run.
still fly?
Yes. Not fast, but we can. We can't fight. Not going to be much help here.
When my friends make move, I will free you both.
Thank you. Matriarch, watch over you. This one nods and begins to speak to the other one in almost, not chirping sounds, but almost light clicks as you make your way back. And Jeff, at that moment, kind of goes to catch up with you and hops back over to you.
Would Jeff have heard what Kay said?
Make me a perception check.
Oh god, it's just gonna be a 3. What am I gonna roll? But hey, let's see. Well, perception. That's plus 3. That's 11.
Yeah, Jeff would have heard that.
Okay.
Jeff was close enough
Kay-
to understand.
I'll report to the party. So when this all goes down, Kay is gonna free the 2 harpies that are on the southern side of the camp.
That's a good idea?
That doesn't sound
They-
good.
They've said
Romulus?
that they're going to keep him. They're gonna. Or, they are not going to harm us.
Oh, so they can speak our language?
Yeah, apparently so. But they could. They're just gonna pretty much fly away from what I can assume.
I've
That's
seen
not-
what happens to things that they eat. It still doesn't really feel good for me, but I guess if they... I'll trust Kay.
They're a mess. They are bloodied. They are bruised. They're not going to be able to fight.
Oh, okay, we can take them, that's fine.
And... Oh, wait.
No,
You
just
can't
let me
talk
go.
with Jeff, correct?
I can talk with Jeff.
Oh, you
mimicry.
Can you tell him when he frees them, they're probably gonna be able to get to the cat person faster than Kay can? Can he ask him to free him?
I don't know if it's going to be Kay that's going to be rescuing the cat people rather than we're going to have a separate party rescue them. We don't know the condition of Brass. He
Kay
might
is
not
not
be able to walk.
touching that tree.
Yep,
Not
we
only
are
that, but we need to
summoning-
take it from a range.
We are summoning mercenaries for this particular task.
Because I can make like a big dragon sound or something to try and scare them off.
Hmm.
Will that scare the harpies then? You could try it, I suppose.
Hang on, these things like gricks. Can you make a grick sound to the north? It might attract them.
Yeah? I believe I've heard Grix because we fought them, right?
Yeah, we've
you
been
have.
fighting them
They
for
make like
ages.
they make like a light bird screech sound when they fight. Kay and Jeff. At this
Yes.
moment, you both watch as the cook begins dishing up the food into bowls for these ones. You see that there is some. I'll say, Kay, you feel some kind of magic go into the food, and then you watch as it goes from almost this sickly mess to becoming what looks to be a slightly more transparent and nicer looking food, before it begins to be spooned into bowls where they then proceed to eat. And you watch as the runt gets out the small bag and kind of pulls it forward and holds it up to the bowl for a moment before taking his own spoonfuls. And you can still hear them talking. They are talking amongst themselves, it seems.
Well, they're eating dinner now. Just as an
Time.
update.
Time to
I-
strike. Time to do it.
Let's.
I can try and do the sound thing behind the rock hole. Can we even see anything? Or are we too far away?
You are currently away and you're still deciding your positions. As it currently stands, you're still conferring what you're going to do. So you're all down
What is
here.
our sight like? What is our sight
You-
line? Can we see any of the rocks or anything?
So,
You've got a pseudo map that I've drawn.
Yeah,
You can see
you've
like
got-
a big boulder.
you've got a
big
pseudo map
boulder
that
here.
Cat's drawn. You're currently
Okay.
just behind the lip of the edge over here, which
Okay.
then leads downwards into here where there's the delve, and then it continues downwards further onto the on the western
Okay.
front. The rest of this is slightly raised
Can
up
I see
around.
this rock or no?
Through Cat's description, yes.
Okay. We could try and wrap around, and I can make some sounds behind the rock over there.
Okay.
Maybe
So
they
we-
get.
How are we going to
distracted.
do this? So we're going to split into two parties potentially. One's going to be the rescue team. One's going to be distraction. Is this correct?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's the play.
Okay. Now
Oh.
A
let's
rescues.
let's
one of-
establish which team is which. Kay is on his own mission.
Yeah,
to rescue
Kay is
Harpy.
gonna free the harpies. and
Yeah.
then-
I will let him know that there is a rescue party heading to the North Tree. So after he's done the harpies, hopefully he can then rendezvous with the Northern Tree.
I'll go
Brilliant.
with Vinny so I can lift him up or carry the cage away, depending on what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how much time we have.
Damn. I was
The,
gonna
uh,
ask Romulus to carry me back. It's faster.
Not while carrying
What-
you.
What am I doing?
Well,
I think you're
you.
protecting me.
I think you're probably going to be at the distraction team.
So
I need
I'm-
to be within 30 foot of where I make that sound.
I'm going with you then round the east. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And as soon as I make the sound, you need to hold my hand and drag me fast away.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
I usually only
40,
hold certain people's hands, but I guess I can make an exception here.
Why is the
Oh,
rain?
I don't need you to hold my hand. I just need you to pull me fast enough.
Easy?
If I do that by the leg, that could be an issue.
You're gonna say Vinny?
Okay.
How nimble did the centaurs, not centaurs,
Cyclops.
Cyclopses look?
Um,
When we saw them
it-
around?
I'll say give me a general insight check to gauge each of them and their quote-unquote skills sets.
$11 plus 5, so 16.
Okay. So looking at each of them, the cook looks way more robust compared to the other two. Not necessarily stronger, but looks more well built. The general nature of it you get is a kind of a good cook, someone who's used to working with food, someone who's good at doing their job, and someone who's very good at what they do. But they don't have a club. They have a knife, it would seem, a big knife at their side. The hunter, who also seems to be capable of magic, has a pick and a shovel as their main weapons, it would seem. This one in question also has what looks to be kind of a tougher, scarred skin. So they seem to be kind of more naturally weathered by combat and other skills as such. And the small one, the runt, looks feebler compared to the others, but as a result appears more nimble.
You also have an unidentified pet in the fray.
Also true.
Bag pet.
A bag pet.
Is it a bag puss?
It
No.
could possibly be a bag puss.
It could be.
Trademark.
The bag I will note is pretty big. It could fit one of you guys in.
Oh, amazing.
So it's not a small pet.
Wait, it could fit a cat in there. I mean, that's
It
a
could-
massive
it could-
bag.
It could fit a Romulus or a cat in there. Yeah, it's a big bag. It's quite small, but you can tell from when he kind of lifts it, it does expand. It's quite stretchy.
Ooh, it's a pufferfish bag. Or a TARDIS bag.
Okay.
I
What
want
the
that
hell is a
bag.
TARDIS?
I want that bag.
It's a spell, I think.
What, TARDIS?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I can only assume.
Must be one of those new schools of magic we haven't learned.
It's a legend that I was taught in Paloon of a random blue box. Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Okay.
Right.
So
Wait.
we're going to go for it then. So we've got the stealth team, which
I'll say Lloyd.
Consists of Lloyd and Damian.
Rescue
I
team
love it.
over here. Vinny and
Very much a
Romulus over
stealth
here.
team.
Position yourself somewhere on this left flank accordingly. Romulus will do the same.
What's Cat doing?
That is currently uncertain. I could go with you to create help with the distraction,
Yeah.
or I could go with the stealth team and help shoot down the cages.
What's the range on your connection with Jeff?
120.
Okay, so you will not be able to go beyond this line without losing connection to Jeff.
Okay.
And if you lose connection to Jeff, that means that Jeff will then be in default mode, which is follow K. Which means if K gets caught, Jeff gets caught.
Oh, well,
And Jeff will then be susceptible to being killed. So keep that in mind.
then at least I'll know where they are.
It'll only be the second time.
Yeah. Okay, so I will probably go with the stealth party, but won't completely approach. It's also good for, as I'm one of the only ones that can actually speak to these giants, should we end up in a situation where we're completely caught, I can at least understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can create a secondary distraction if we need it.
So I will hang around this area while the stealth party go up this way. The noisy party can go up there, and then the stealth party will keep going past where I am. And
Okay, so where are you positioning yourself, Kat? Everyone's positioning themselves accordingly to where they would be
I
on
will
the board.
probably position myself like maybe behind this rock here.
So there, okay.
Yeah.
And Damian
think
and
we'll
Lloyd,
know
are you moving round or are you approaching
Yeah.
from this direction?
We're gonna move around.
Yeah,
together.
we're moving around. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in which case I would like stealth checks from everybody with the exception of K. Damian, I will say your disadvantage is being counteracted by distance, so you don't have to worry about having disadvantage, but everyone still has to make a check.
Yeah,
I am going to cast Land Stride on myself.
Okay.
So I'm not
so
slipping around.
you're not slipping around or dealing with the terrain. Yep, sounds good.
Yeah.
No, that's not. Well, the distraction team can be a distraction.
They are gonna be a bit of a
It
distraction.
looks like we won't even get to use our distraction. We'll be
No.
the distraction.
Okay, so Damian and Lloyd, what are your totals?
That's a 0.
That's a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, the distraction team is a distraction.
We are a distraction. We are just gonna
We are
get killed
definitely
very quickly.
distracting.
Okay, Kat, you are here. Romulus and Vinny, you are here. I am going to
Oh.
shrink this because, I mean, it's in the way at the moment. It's fine. It's only got 2 dice in it. It's nothing special. I'm just going to shrink it so that I can do this. So, as you're proceeding to move into your positions, Jeff alerts you immediately, Kat. The rest of you are a little bit... Vinny and Romulus, you are made unaware of this initially because you're behind the rock and you do not hear anything. As you take note as both of these two Cyclopses kind of turn and look in that direction. And
What Vinny's and
towards
Lloyd's and Damian's.
Lloyd and Damian.
Lloyd and Damian.
As this one immediately kind of puts his bowl down, picks up his shovel and pickaxe, and you watch as he begins to crouch and stalk in this direction. He is going to make a stealth check now. Okay, what are your passive perceptions? And you're
Maybe
working.
high?
Now, here's a question, you two. Were you guys walking in such a way that you weren't going to be easily seen, or were you walking in a way that you could be easily seen?
Not easily seen.
Yeah, I mean, given that
Okay.
I'm a
Yeah,
massive
we're
person
trying
in
to like
hulking,
completely
clanking armor,
run around.
In
I'm
which
gonna be
case,
sneaking at slow pace.
in which case, -5 from your perception because this is based on sight.
Even better. Right, cool. So that's 7 on my part.
Wait, -5 to our perception.
So passive
But
perception.
passive perception because it's based on sight in this instance, and you were trying not to be seen by
Oh,
taking
okay.
a place out of sight. So what-
14.
14. Okay. Lloyd, you hear the sounds of kind of moving and kind of just general grunting, but you know that they have been moving around recently. They are on the move. You just do not know what for or in what direction.
Damian, they're moving.
I'm
They're
getting
They've stopped eating, it seems.
I'm getting the bird's attention to alert cat. Alert cat.
Just grabs Jeff, slaps him across the face. Telepath.
Oh Jesus! They're away. I'm on my own.
Yeah. Vinny and Romulus, you move round this, around the rock. Make me a perception check. I'll say both of you make this. Romulus on a natural 1. Romulus is oblivious.
This is a complete.
Okay, Damian, or not Damian, Vinny, you look around the rock and you immediately see these two Cyclopses just wandering off as the cook is putting his food down, and you watch as he's beginning to grab his knife. But you see, instead of going with them, he's backing off over here and stops here. But they're all looking in this direction at this point.
Cat, slap, slap, slap. Cat, slap, slap, slap.
I'm going to Jeff because Jeff is having a nervous breakdown right now. Okay.
There's alarm bells in Jeff's head.
Just Jeff kind of nods, and I'm going to take Jeff. There's a lipish here, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. There's a lip that they're currently hiding behind as well.
Okay, I'm taking Jeff down this, and he's skirting the lip right just above the ground.
Okay. If you're going just above the ground, this will take 2 rounds. So at this point, Lloyd and Damian, what are you doing? You hear movement, but that's not out of the question. That's not unexpected.
I assume a perception check won't help, right?
You can do an active perception check to look over the lip and try and get a better look, yeah?
Would that have a chance of me being spotted directly?
Possibly. If they're looking at you, it's a chance, but you don't know what's going on at the moment. You just hear movement.
If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do a perception check, that'll determine what I do. Depending on what you actually see.
Yeah.
So if you perceive them, then I'm going to be informed of what I do rather than
just doing it randomly.
Panicking, probably.
Yeah.
All right, Damian, I'm gonna take a look.
Okay.
Okay.
See where they're heading.
Right, make me a perception check.
Please roll well. Nope.
Total.
Perception check. That is 14 again.
Okay. Looking over the lip and with the good line of sight on this instance, you lock eyes or eye with the Cyclops currently bearing at you. It is going to release its held action as a rock is firing its way towards you. You will have 3/4 cover because of the lip, and it's going to make the attack against you. In this instance, I'll say because we'll do this play by play, I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
I think now is the good time to switch up this music.
Well, it was nice knowing you all, party.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yes, that's what I want to roll.
Oh, nice. Perfect. It's time for the grab my hand play.
Okay, so Lloyd, what is your AC?
My AC. What? 3/4 is how much?
+5.
+5. That is a total of 16.
That hits.
Oh
Fuck.
Okay, well, looks like I'm using my shield.
Are you going to... Seeing as you see this happen and you're aware that Lloyd's doing something and he might expose himself, I will say you can use your reaction to impose if you want.
I think I'm going to have to do my shield.
Okay.
Which I'm now trying to find again, because... Oh, fighting style.
Oh, and Lloyd, because you weren't here, you have cast Aid on everybody today.
Yeah.
Because you knew something was going to go.
I saw my spell points and I have 8 on my HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's what I'm doing. Wait, hang on, do I see the target?
You can see. You can see the target. Lloyd is Lloyd.
Cool.
Yeah. At this point, I'd say you watch as this rock shoots through the air, just about hits the edge of the rock where Lloyd is looking over, and it strikes into the rock, which shatters and peppers him with stones. You move up to bring your shield up. Go ahead and roll the damage reduction. You'll be minusing it from 30.
Oh my god! So I need to roll a d10, which is a green die.
Yep.
And then it's plus my proficiency, which I will check again. in a
Plus
second.
2 should be this level.
Oh,
3.
Okay.
You take
Wow,
27
so-
points of damage, Lloyd.
It was nice knowing you. Lloyd.
Yikes!
Are you up?
That would one-shot me.
You feel the rock as it crashes in, the bits of rock scattering across you, before you otherwise hear a bellow as the shovel is slammed onto the ground in this instance. I would like Damian and Lloyd to both make me wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh
It's-
goodness.
Oh boy.
And one group
Oh,
had
this was a
fallen.
held action. God damn! What kind of a?
Okay.
Wisdom
Okay.
saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, yeah.
So 23.
23.
14.
14.
I really love those 14s today.
Okay, so 14 just succeeds,
Oh.
and the 23 obviously succeeds as you both manage to shrug off your fear of this moment as you begin to realize just what's happened. As the two of you with the rocks now broken, the Cyclopses can see you, you can see them. You see your companions nowhere in sight.
Was my perception check an action or?
Your perception check would have been an action to peek over the top and look, yes. But we're going to be going back into initiative now as part of this. So, 25 to 20, while I write in our friends here.
23.
21.
25.
Whoa, how many
Jesus
do I
Christ,
have?
Calm down.
Hold on. So,
Roll off a second.
okay, so, Damian, what did you get?
23.
23. Kay?
Yep. Nat 20.
21.
21. And Vinny?
25.
Oh my goodness, you guys!
Wait,
I haven't even rolled for the Cyclopses yet.
Don't bother. We've already gone.
I mean, might as well be.
They'll be
Alright.
dead by the time their turn comes around, Chris. Don't worry. come
Okay,
on.
the cook
You don't have to
got
roll.
that. The hunter got that. And the...
Hang on, I'm just gonna
Oh wait, no,
put
that goes...
in,
sorry.
So hang on. Vinny.
And
I can
the
remove
runt
that
has
tile.
that. Okay, so 20 to 15.
Oh, hang on.
Who got 21? Sorry.
So Vinny's for... It'll be
I got
Vinny,
21.
Damian,
Okay.
and Kay in that order.
Cool. Got the first three.
What is initiative? What do I add? Apparently, find familiar. My familiar has its own initiative.
It takes its turn after yours. That is a
Okay.
house ruling that we just use, that all pets
Oh,
take
right,
their turn
okay.
immediately after yours, because it saves on the
That's good to
combat
know.
problem of familiar stuff, unless you want to roll separately for it.
No, yeah,
No.
fine.
Okay, so 20 to 15, sorry? 15 to 10.
Wait. 10.
10, cat,
5.
5, and oh, I need to roll for Romulus, because he's joining the combat. Natural 1. Hooray! He gets
Damn
a
it, Romulus.
total of -2. Oh no, minus... Yeah, -2.
I like how the tanks have just literally swapped initiative rolls.
Yeah, they have. It's pretty nutty. All right. So that goes there, 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 and that goes there. Okay. So top of the round, Vinny, you see the rock hurtle across the nearby area, striking into the ledge where this is, and you watch as Damian lifts his shield to protect Lloyd as best he can. But you watch Lloyd take some pretty big hits. They are going to bruise, and you're surprised he's not dead.
Christ, well now or never, I guess. How quickly can I move while not necessarily being super loud?
Half movement.
Oh, boy.
So you can take. So you can optionally take difficult terrain in order to preserve a stealth check. However, I believe as general rule is it's just you can move you can move up to 20 feet traditionally, but then you can't move any further than that. But I just house rule it as half distance because, you know, rogues can still run and be quiet.
Yeah, so I can still dash.
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
still dash and bonus action dash if you want to maintain your stealth.
Brilliant. So 5,
10, 15, 5, 10,
10,
15. Keep in mind you'll still want to be out of line of sight should any of them turn, otherwise they will automatically discover you.
Yes. Yeah, 5, 10,
50.
15.
Okay. I'll say you're generally in a position where you can either slide or crouch behind this.
Yeah.
That should be fine. Okay. Okay, that is the end of your turn, Vinny. Damian, you are up. You just watched this happen. What do you do?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Oh
I'll shrink him anyway.
yeah.
Good question. I'm wondering if players' reaction is pretty much what Damian's going to be doing, which is probably freezing. Jeez, what the hell would Damian do in this situation? Besides continue sucking on a rhubarb and custard.
Let me quickly name them so that I know who's who. Oh wait, no. Cook was green, sorry. Cook. Hunger.
I think probably what I'm going to do is try and drag Lloyd away, back in the direction we came from.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 if you wish to spend your action to do so as well.
Yep.
Okay. I will say you are now safely behind total cover, so you have moved further along the ledge to avoid having more rocks hurled at you. So they cannot currently hit you with rocks. I will say at this point you do see Jeff as he swoops around to kind of meet up with you at the ledge. And
Right.
you can see Jeff heading towards you.
Have I got a bonus action still or not?
Yes, you do.
In that case, good question. Let's have a look. What these sort of things might I be able to do?
Should have faced probably the only thing which really would do much here.
Yeah. Which I've got prepared. I mean, I could cast that on Lloyd. Yeah, sure. Let's just give Lloyd a couple of AC.
Yeah, he might need it.
Oh yeah. 13.
I mean, I'm assuming Lloyd is incredibly bad.
30, yeah, that ain't gonna do great. Oh well, it's fine. So, with that is the end of your turn. Kay, you are up.
Alright. I am going to use my claws to like hang on to the side of the branch of the limb here, where I can't see them, they can't see me, and I'm just gonna like shimmy my way down here, and I'm going to ask this one, since I'm close enough to where it can definitely hear me.
Okay.
If things go poorly, can you help me rescue them? We can't touch the tree.
I've rolled initiative for the Harpy, so I know where they are in the initiative order should they join. The Harpy looks back at you. Make me a persuasion check. I'll say with advantage because it's currently in captivity and you're not. And you're optionally trying to help it.
Yep.
Okay. It looks at you in that moment, and it watches it surveys the area around and goes, "We help where we can."
Okay. And I'm going to... where's the door of this cage?
The doors are on one of the sides closest to the Cyclopses.
Okay, I'm going to have... are the doors covered by ropes? Like, is it being held closed by a rope?
The doors are held in place by a wooden block that can be twisted, pushed, or pulled to otherwise remove it from its lock. But it's otherwise held in by what looks to be some form of iron bracket to stop it from shifting on its own. It's very hard to maneuver and work with from the inside, given the location, but it would be possible to kind of slip your hand from your direction, slip to the outside, slide the metal brace across, and then slide the block to open the door.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I don't want to do it too soon, otherwise these guys will catch on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a couple rats go to this one's iron brace, and another couple rats go to this one's iron brace to prepare to move them.
Moving the iron brace will not open the cage, notably.
So I have less to do.
Okay, so are you holding your action for them to do it, or are you doing it now? Or finding an opportune moment?
I'm waiting for an opportune moment to do it where we're not going to immediately get caught.
Okay, in which case I will say it will happen now, so you don't have to hold your action, so you can keep your reaction for this. Just because this is an opportune moment, as combat is beginning to happen, they are distracted. So go ahead and make me a strength check with the rats, or an attack roll with the rats on the 2 separate targets. These are iron braces, so the AC of them will be high if you're making attacks. If you're making strength checks, there will be a DC.
Probably gonna make strength checks. I just gotta double check what their stuff is.
Okay, that's fine.
Their stuff is here. Well, it's not the best, but hopefully I can roll good.
Okay.
That is a 16.
16. The rats slide the brace across, and in the rain you hear it fall and hit the ground below. The braces have been removed. I am going to roll 2 separate d20 rolls. And actually I'm going to roll these on stream under the hidden area. And this will be determined if they make enough noise to alert the Cyclopses. Okay. And you will find out when it gets to their turns.
Indeed.
So, end of your turn. It is now the cook's turn. Nope. It is now... Yep, no, it's the cook's turn, sorry. So, the cook, in this instance, as he's otherwise kind of stepping back, is going to do a perception check to look around the area. Okay, despite his minus... Oh, wait, no, he'd have disadvantage because of distance. Ha. Yeah, it's not bad. He looks around and you watch as he, I will say as Vinny, you slide into place. He looks and glances over in your area before glancing about still. Kind of squinting, looking around this area. As you watch as he looks over at the harpy cages and kind of stops motionless for a moment. And I'm going to say that he's going to move around to get a better look before he shouts out in giant, "There! They're letting them go!"
I didn't want to be immediately caught. I wanted to be.
Okay. With that, it is now the harpies' turns. And the harpies are going to try and bust their door down, seeing what's happening. So both of them are going to make strength checks to try and break the door open. The green one fails, and the red one fails. They just starting kicking the door and kind of shoving against it, but the wooden block is still in place. They are unable to leave.
I will take care of them.
Okay. It's the end of their turn. Lloyd, it is your go.
Just quickly before he does, hang on. Sorry, the cook's not the runt, and
Nope.
the cook's not the one who was out doing the digging.
Nope.
Alright, so I numbered the Cyclopses, so I'm trying to decide which one's actually doing it. I'm assuming that was the one with the large spoon and steak knife.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. That's the Cyclops.
Yeah. That one in question seems to be more aware than the others.
Cool.
Yeah, where does the lip thing end? Is it still like hidden behind
It
here?
would be this area here.
Okay, so behind here would be hidden then.
Yes.
Okay, can I... how far away would this be? 65 feet, okay. How many feet does a very loud sound usually travel?
Usually it travels around about 300 feet around.
Okay. I would like to try and make a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. We'll here.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to make a very loud dragon sound over here.
With thaumaturgy?
Yes.
Go ahead and make me a. I'll say this will be a spell attack roll.
All right.
And this will be for how quickly it travels, how accurate it will be, and how well it will go under the rain.
I would like to use my inspiration.
Okay, go for it.
Let me unselect that.
Oh wow.
In
Oh
hell.
my goodness.
Total?
All right, that's a +7.
Plus 7, 10. Okay. Okay. I will say that as you do make the sound, it is not heard this turn, as the main volume of it hasn't reached them, and they're not very perceptive across the board, pretty much. But
Hmm.
I'll say
next
they
turn-
have next turn they'll notice it. What effect it will have, you'll have to wait and see. As if they get closer, they'll also hear it. I'll say.
Mhm. Alright. But
Okay.
yeah, that is my movement and my action.
Okay.
We've got a bonus
Uh,
action.
Yeah, as my bonus action, I'll give shield.
Yes.
Shield of faith to each other. Excellent. Okay.
Wait, can I do it? Because I already asked the spell. I can't do it, right?
Thaumaturgy is a cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip. It's a cantrip, right?
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay.
Temporary +2 to my AC. It'd be done.
End of Lloyd's go. It is now the Hunger Cyclops' turn. The
That
Hunger.
is the one that went hunting.
The Hunger Cyclops at this point is going to look around, and I'm going to roll a d20 for him to see which direction he heads. Okay. He looks over in this direction, and no, I'd say none of you would notice. He is going to head off in this direction. 5, 10, 15. He'll make it to there before he hears the roar. Before he stops in his tracks and shouts back in Giant, which Cat only you hear. Actually, Cat, go ahead and roll me a perception check from that distance. Actually, given the rain and the chaos and everything.
As it stands at the moment, she's Jeff mode.
Oh, she's Jeff mode. Okay.
Yeah, because I have every intention for. As soon
That
as I
Okay.
sound
see
is like right
so,
on top of me.
so that sounded right on top of you. Yeah. So go ahead and make. Yeah, I'll say go ahead and make me a perception check still, as that was a very loud sound right on top of Jeff.
10.
10.
Like right over here.
Jeff is a bit distracted by the dragon sound, but does hear kind of a muffled shout back, something to do with a dragon. Okay, and the giant Cyclops is then going to. Yeah, he's gonna cast a spell.
Oh boy.
As he otherwise takes his shovel and his pick and he slams them together, and they both light up with divine energy.
Divine energy. Oh no.
See, this is why we weren't supposed to fight them.
Yeah, well, you sent the two people who can't stealth and be stealthy people. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Hey, I had no say in this. In the
True. Okay,
plan.
you're fine.
That's fair.
We
Okay.
sent you to be a distraction, and to be fair, you're
We
doing.
were.
We're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
very
Really
well.
distraction.
Okay, it is now the runt's turn. The runt is immediately going to shout something back in Giant before he's going to proceed to run over here, and he's going to stare intently at the two harpies. He's going to try and intimidate them.
Wow.
It's just gonna stare at you.
Both of the harpies stop what they're doing, and they no longer want to run. As he raises his club threateningly. He hasn't noticed you yet, Kay.
I hope.
Wow.
Right?
He just looks at the cages, looks at the harpies, raises his club. I'll say, Kay, from there you can see what's in his bag, as you can see kind of peeking out these tiny hairy legs sticking out of the pouch on his side.
It's a spider.
It seems to be a giant spider.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's yummy. I want it.
Speech 100. Yep.
Fun.
Okay, and so that will be Actually, no, he's gonna hold his action. He's gonna hold his action to swing at one of them if they try to leave. All right. End of the runt's turn. Cat, you're up.
Okay, first things first. Jeff is going to finish his movement.
Okay.
He's going to land on Lloyd's shoulder.
Okay.
Okay. This is going to be the first time I've ever done this through Jeff and on another player. So, Lloyd, all you can see is Jeff glowing bright blue. And from Jeff is Cyclonia's head coming out of Jeff's body. And slowly wrapping around your body as I cast Sentinel Ward through Jeff on you.
Okay. That
You have
increases.
+3 to your AC, and on any attack roll against you, you can expend that to absorb all of the damage
As a reaction.
Ooh.
as a reaction.
Is this a concentration or?
Nope.
Nope.
It lasts 10?
1 minute.
It lasts 1 minute, but it's a second level spell. So it's a slightly upgraded Shield of Faith, effectively. But it's not
Wow.
concentration.
Okay, so my
So your AC is an
AC is
additional
16.
+3, so it's 16. And if you are to get hit by an attack, you can nullify all damage for that one attack.
okay. But it consumes up the shield, right?
But it
Yeah,
eats
it
the shield
consumes
when it
up-
does so,
Yeah, it eats the Cyclonia. So you've
Yeah.
got a crystal Cyclonia around you now.
Okay,
Oh.
you have a movement. That is your action.
Okay, I'm gonna stay here. Maybe, actually, no. Where else? I was here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm gonna carry on making my way towards the rock, but stand behind the lip.
Okay, I'll say from the distance and all the distraction that's going on at the moment, they don't notice you, and because you're also using your land stride, you're able to get there with ease. Okay,
Cool.
now your turn.
That is, yeah. I can't do anything with my bonus action, so yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
and you are now out of
Sentinel
the
Ward
range.
is a bonus action.
If Sentinel Ward is a bonus action, then you have your action. But Jeff is now out of range, notably, so you cannot
Jeff
enter.
is now out of range. He's going to be staying with Lloyd.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought I made the map big enough. I was wrong.
Apparently not.
Party wanted to be
what's
further away.
Range of.
Understandable.
Why?
Understandable.
Okay. The giant, the Cyclopses. What direction are they looking in?
They are all unanimously looking this way, with the exception of... Actually, no. This guy's looking this way, towards where the sound came from, and... Actually, no, he'd be... Yeah, in this direction. This one's looking in more of this scope. He's looking around still, and this one's intently staring at these two.
Okay. Just out
Not
of thing, just
much
before, the
longer.
consensus were we were going to try and take the cages down, weren't we?
Yeah,
I
I
just
believe.
want to
Oh, sorry,
double
I am the
check I'm not going
consensus.
crazy.
I am the consensus, yes.
It's probably the easiest way to do it.
Okay, hang on, what's the range on this?
Look, from what we
90
understand, you touched the
5,
tree in
10,
any way or form,
15,
you probably
20,
turn into a
25,
red
30,
crystal or
35,
something.
40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. No, I'm way off of 90 foot. Okay. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
You have an action. You can dash if you need to set up next turn.
Yeah, actually, yeah, okay. I will dash to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Not going to be there. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yeah, I can still reach that cage. Cool, right. That ends my turn.
Okay. End of your turn. Romulus is going to see all this going down. She's going to go, right. She's going to 5, 10, 15. He'd be dashing but using half his movement. So 20, 25, 30, 35. He's going to try and maintain stealth. He's going to try and keep up with you. What was his roll? His roll was like a... I can't remember now. It wasn't
roll?
great. It wasn't bad. I think it was like 14 or something for Romulus.
For
So-
stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Wasn't he a nat one?
No,
No,
that one
that
was
was
for his
on his-
initiative.
Initiative.
Yeah. So I'll say
That's
he's moved up to here. He's used his action. I'll say he's waiting there, and he's going to hold his action to rage if he is going to take an incoming hit.
Okay.
Because that's a smart thing to do. Harlan, if you're watching or you're taking notes, this is something you can do. It's really useful as a barbarian. Especially as a totem pair barbarian. Anyway. End of his round. Back to the top of the initiative. Vinny, you are up.
Yes, I am.
Also, at this point, you note the dogs are beginning to... the dogs have noticed what's going on, and the wolves are as one of them turns towards you.
Okay.
Oh my god, I've created a cursed image.
Actually, your passive investigation is high enough. Actually, looking at this closest wolf, you note it has red crystals coming out of its fur.
God.
Oh boy. Like haphazardly or all over?
Haphazardly, so kind of scattered around, mainly like shoulders, back, near like the neck and the top of the head, but it's not really near joints, claws, or anything that might get in the way of its actual movement.
Okay. How do they look beyond that? Like, are they injured, tired? Like, were they sleeping earlier? I don't. Fucking hell!
Well done. Do they look injured or that? They look tired. I'd say that's the most you can gather from them. They look exhausted, they look tired. They still look animalistic, but the crystals puts you off.
And they're just starting to look over at me.
Mm-hmm. I'd also say with that investigation, you can also see Brass, who's currently pressed up against the edge of the cage, kind of looking over to see what's going on this side of the stuff. They hasn't noticed you yet.
Crystals on him?
You can't tell from this angle. You have to get a bit closer.
Oh, do I try and pacify the wolves and risk making something worse? Yeah, I'll give it a go. Okay, I'm going to use... the ring, Speak to Animals ring, over here. So that's active.
Yep.
And I'm going to run over here, 5, 10, 15.
Okay. As you move closer, I'll tell you what you notice as you move up. You notice 5 rats that progressively were climbing the tree. Each of them has been impaled by a red crystal.
Okay.
You also note Brass also has crystals from his wrists, his shoulders, and his clothes are mostly torn, just covering kind of his main torso and his kind of thighs and waist. His arms and and the bottom of his legs around his shins are exposed and also covered in crystals. He is looking exhausted.
Right. Okay. I have the ring up, so please be quiet. I can't help you if you make a noise.
Please free us.
Soon. And then bonus action dash.
Okay.
5. What was I? Yeah.
You were there, you went 5, 10, 15, maintaining stealth. 5, 10, 15. Okay. I will say Brass notices you at this point.
Can I be like ducking under the cage a bit?
Yeah. I'll say you're ducking under the cage to use it as kind of a little bit of cover from whatever light.
Barrel, maybe? How big are the barrels?
The barrels are quite big. They have enough to store like water in for drinking purposes, it would seem. The fire does illuminate a bit of the area ahead, but
okay, yeah.
But
Well,
they
in
haven't.
that case, I should hopefully be in some amount of shadow relative to everything else.
I will say, make me a perception check with advantage versus the wolves, please, because you are speaking their language.
Mhm.
Okay.
14.
Both of them.
plus-
Both of the wolves seem passive for now, but they are standing up in preparation to be released.
Okay.
You don't know how long they're going to give you. What was the total?
Plus 3, so 17.
Okay. I am going to make a note of how long they're going to give you.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to like make eye contact with this one and just put a finger to my lips.
Okay.
Because I do not want to be loud. But
I'm adding the wolves to the initiative, and I'm going to roll for brass as well. Oh, they have disadvantage on these because they're exhausted. My bad. Harpy should have also had disadvantage, but it's too late now.
They are there.
And you got... Okay. You got that. Oh man, this initiative's looking nice and progressive. Alright. I'll copy and paste you more tiles to add to the initiative order.
right, if that's my turn, do you mind if I go and get a drink?
Yeah, go for it. If you want to take a quick break and go now, that should be fine.
Perfect.
Maybe a while before things get back to me.
Yeah, it'll be a while before it gets back to you.
Depending on what Cook does.
Yeah, that's fair. Damian, you're up.
Fantastic.
You hear the dragons roar, and you hear giant shouting just about from over the ledge.
Can I see the giant?
If you want to go up over the ledge, you can, yeah.
Right, bear with me. I just need to check whether something requires line of sight. Bear with me. Yes, it does.
Yeah, most things do.
Okay, I guess I'm going to have to peek my head over the top.
Okay.
And I'm going to do command on this particular Cyclops.
Okay, what is the range on command?
60 foot.
60 foot. Okay.
25, 30, 35, 40.
Yep. That's within
50,
range.
55, 60. Yep.
Okay, what do you say?
I'm going to say flee.
You're going to say flee. Okay.
God.
Oh God.
Okay.
This has been...
You step up over the top and you shout flee, to which it cocks its head as it doesn't understand you.
Blended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if it doesn't understand your language, it doesn't need to make the save.
Language barriers.
But I will say it does see you step up over the top, point at it, and shout something. So I'll say, go ahead and make me. I'll say
After a dragon roar.
I'll make it an intimidation check because of the dragon roar. Yeah, so make me an intimidation check versus it. Because you know, scenery-wise, it makes sense. Pretty good. Okay,
Intimidation.
Yep.
18.
Okay, versus his wisdom save, that's not enough, as he otherwise looks at you and looks where the dragon roar came from and is going to be frightened unless he, in this instance, he's going to be frightened for next round only. So he will not progress further towards you, because obviously there's not going to be a dragon climbing over there unless any of you have major image, which I don't think you do. So, in this instance... is that the end of your turn? I'll say it took your action and your movement to move up a bit.
Technically have a bonus action still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't do that for the main reason I'm now out of spell points because I just wasted a spell. I think that is literally all I can do.
Okay. Kay, you're up. Cook's up next. Okay.
I need them to have their will flee back. I need to wait. There's not much I can do right now. Hold on, I gotta double check stuff that I have.
Why is Chris laughing, guys?
Oh dear, what's just happened?
Panic.
Funny, funny.
Three
Why
shot.
are you laughing, Chris?
Three shot. 3 Cyclopses, 3 boulders, 3 deads.
No, it's fine. Don't mind me. Those of you watching the stream, don't mind me. I'm not doing anything.
Oh boy.
Do-do-do-do-do.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
I'll say, Kay, if you want to hold on for a second, it's going at the same time of you, somebody else is doing something.
Oh, great. Alright, fine.
Okay. You watch as climbing out of his pack is Mr. Figs. And Mr. Figs is going to disengage and run 30 feet.
What?
Oh,
As he
it's
doesn't.
scared of the dragon.
No, it's not scared of the dragon. It doesn't want to be pet anymore. To which he, versus the stealth check of Mr. Figs, which was a total of 4, the runt is going to break his reaction and move after it. And he's going to attempt to catch Mr. Figs again.
Perfect.
Okay, Mr. Figs has been caught. As he is scooped back up and shoved back into the pouch as the pouch is closed.
This is actually perfect.
You
Because
now know what Mr. Figs is, and Mr. Figs does not want to be here. But he rolled well on his initiative, and he rolled poorly on his stealth.
I would like to use my bonus action to tell my rats to swarm this thing's head and bite at its eye.
Okay. So your swarm is going to initiate this, and it's going to join it. Do I have a
It is going to attack his eye.
I have a
I
swarm of
want
rats.
his
tile.
eye blinded.
Where is it? Okay, so this is an attack with intent then.
Yes, this is an attack with intent to blind this damn Cyclops because it only has one.
Okay, go ahead and make me... This will be an attack roll against the Cyclops. It will be considered... I'll say it's going to get half cover from this because it's, in this instance, it can still cover its face and see them coming, even though it's a point-blank range.
I mean, yeah, it takes time for them to get up there.
Yeah,
So,
so go ahead and roll me the attack roll. It will have half cover on this.
Come on, dice.
This
Please,
the
dice.
Runt.
Nope.
Nope.
God.
As your rats begin to climb up, you watch as Mr. Figs is shoved back in the pack with a few portions of the rats. And as it does so, you watch as the runt kind of just goes... and swings his hand wildly, batting the rats off. I'll say they don't take any damage, but they fail to climb on top of him. As he just sees the swarm of rats.
It's a distraction, so I am swinging around, and I am pushing this one and saying, "You can run now. He's gone." And then going over to this one and pushing that one off.
Okay.
Saying the same.
Okay. You're going to be pushing 2 blocks with this in the same turn. Usually this will take a bonus action, and you only have 1 action. So I will say go ahead and make me an acrobatics check, and I'll say you have a choice. You can either roll with disadvantage and guarantee getting both blocks, or you can roll it... Oh no, you can roll it a regular roll. No, disadvantage and you get both blocks, or you make a regular roll, but you only get 1 block guaranteed.
Nope.
That's fine.
I didn't.
No,
yeah.
that's fine. They dropped, so
was gonna-
you're still choosing it.
Yeah, I'm doing disadvantage to get both.
Okay, go ahead and roll with disadvantage then, please.
1. Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
It's still with a +6.
13. You swing in for the first one, kicking the block aside as the door swings open as you swing forward using your claws, almost like with monkey bar branches. Swinging over, you kick the next block as both doors are now open. They wasted their action, their reaction that was held because they became scared of the runt. So that will be... They don't have a held action in that instance. Mr. Figs, who's in the initiative order, tried to escape, and his turn is over. Do you wish to do anything else, or is that your turn over? You've used your action. You've probably used your movement, given you were swinging on the underside.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just going to attempt to hide the best I can. That's the best that I can do. Because
Okay.
technically, I don't know if they've seen me or not, so I'm just going to
No,
attempt
that's fine.
to be hidden.
Okay. The cook at this point, who is paying attention to both lots of stuff that's going on, is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he is going to pick up a barrel and he is going to throw it at the cage that you and the Harpy are both on. I would like both of you will be making a dexterity saving throw here. The Harpy fails. The Harpy will take the full damage for this.
My shield is too far away.
Throw it like
Yeah,
No.
just...
Captain America.
I don't like how that rolled like that.
No, I
it
saw
didn't-
that it just span in place. I'll say you can. I'll give you a reroll for that one because it just span in place. I'm not sure
that
what was
was
going on there.
horrible.
Yeah.
Captain Balloon?
Okay.
Okay, that's with the +6, so 21.
Yeah. 21. As the barrel comes hurtling in, you swing upwards, and the barrel swings in through the open door, splatting and crushing this Harpy in one shot.
Shit.
As the
That
barrel
one's
hits
not gonna
it
be
and then
happy.
scatters into water nearby. As this,
That one's gone.
yeah, as this one stops. This one, I'm going to roll a wisdom save for it. Okay.
Please.
I know what it's going to do next time.
Okay.
Okay, that is the cook's turn over. It is now the Harpies who go on their initiative. This one is dead. This one is going to... yeah, it's going to dash. It's going to dash and fly out and upwards and away. Its movement
well.
speed at the moment is 30 because it's halved, because it's exhausted. Dashing gets it 60 feet, so I'll say that it's over here. It is properly scared. But, hey, one of them's free.
I freed it.
Okay.
I didn't. Things didn't work out like I wanted it to.
Things
Nah,
didn't
man.
work out entirely for the party.
Not entirely.
That's true. Now it's time
This
to...
group's over here is just like, yeah,
Now
we're
it's
here.
now it's time to
Toasting.
just now it's just time to put out fires and figure out what to do. I'm actually
I have been incorporated into the distraction team.
okay. I will say at the end of each of their turns, they hear the dragon roar thoroughly, and they both face to turn this direction, expectantly waiting as they look at this one that's also looking in this direction.
Lloyd.
So,
So they're
in
not
this,
scared.
these two look in the direction. They don't seem to be scared, but they are wary. So in this instance, I'll say you note this as they are distracted in this moment, which could be to your advantage.
Yes,
But-
I could. I can hide.
End of the cook's turn and the Harpy's turn. It goes to the wolves' turn. The wolves, on their turn, one turn ticks past. I'm going to mark that down here. End of the wolves' turn. Lloyd, you're up. The wolves go at the same time as Lloyd, sorry. So, technically
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
same.
Now,
So- and
dwarven and giant are like.
Ah, cool.
different
Can they
languages.
understand each other, or are they completely different?
Different languages, I'm afraid.
Completely, okay.
Otherwise, I'd understand things.
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Oh my goodness.
You just seen it.
Yeah, I have.
Jeez.
One message in Discord. What is it? Ah, it's a meme.
Alright.
I just set these up so I can show them to stream. Just
One new message from Infernal.
what is it? It's a meme.
Alright.
That's the opening pictures for the next episode.
No, I'm not adding to that.
Damn it!
There's no way these guys are this smart to think it's an illusion, right?
I don't know. Make another dragon
You don't
Lord just
know.
to really scare the shit out of them.
You don't know. You don't know
I'm
how.
gonna make another one over here. Go
Okay.
behind the cliff.
Okay. Go ahead
Need
and
to
roll me.
another attack.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me another attack.
Oh, please let this
Need
work,
to
because then
be
they're going to
better
stop
than the last
watching
one.
two dragons in a
Oh,
no.
come on!
In this instance, as they hear another roar from nearby, I'll say, "Cat, given the distance where you are." Actually, no, because it'll be this one shouting. It's too far away. As it otherwise shouts something, you note that they relax. Okay, and that's your action.
I'll move,
Move further away.
out.
Okay.
That's it. Damian just saved you from dying. Just abandon him to his fate. I get it. It's fine.
And
Wait, did you go over the edge?
yeah, he did.
Yeah, I had to do it to try and do command, which obviously
Okay.
spectators
Oh.
failed.
And then you decided not to go back there?
I don't. Anyway.
Okay. This one is going to, at this point, as it gets to his turn, is going to move forward and is going to shout something in Giant, which you do not understand, as he scoops a rock up and he is going to throw it at you.
Me?
Yes.
Wonderful.
What is your AC currently?
21 currently.
Okay. As he throws the rock at you, it strikes the ground next to you and shatters upwards. You suspect it was a warning throw. And possibly the one before that was as well, he just rolled too high.
Ah, yes, the warning throw.
As he throws the rock and it shatters at the feet at your feet around you, as he otherwise takes his shovel, as he brings his shovel down and brings it in a position where if you were to come close or nearby, he is taking a swing. He is warding you off and very much keeping you at bay.
Okay.
Okay, end of his turn. It is now Brass's turn. Brass is going to look down to you, Vinny, and go, "Oh, finally someone has come for me. I've loosened the lock. It should be easier to work. I can't move very fast, though. You might have to carry me."
Oh no.
I'm gonna jerk a finger back at the Minotaur, creeping close.
He looks over. Oh, good. He's going to hold his action to be grappled by Romulus. And he's going to do his best to move over and be grappled by him. Okay, so holding his move. It is now the Runt's turn. The Runt, who has been distracted by Mr. Figs running away and is now distracted by rats. He hasn't got the greatest attention span. He's going to take a swing at the rats. Well, he's going to actually take 2 swings because he gets 2 attacks.
Rude.
First attack, 19 to hit.
I mean, hold on. What's their AC again? I mean, it most likely hits.
It most likely hit. I'm pretty sure it hits.
11 plus PB plus 2.
PB is proficiency bonus, but the plus 2 is if you choose it. So, and I believe you chose for them to have the dark vision because they're rats.
Yeah.
So that will
11.
it'll be 13 for their AC. So that hits, and they will take half of this because it is bludgeoning damage, but they take 19 points of bludgeoning damage. Are they dead? So it'll be halved to 9.
5.
It'd be 9. So it'd be 5 plus half your
Yeah,
level. So
they're gone.
yeah. Okay. Your rats in this instance are squished and scattered as they flee the battlefield in small droves. As he stands back up, he turns to see the barrel smash into the cage.
Does he see me?
Roll me a stealth check, because in this instance you technically did stuff, but at the same time he wasn't paying attention. So go ahead and make me a stealth check versus his perception. What is his perception? Nope. As he looks and he looks over, seeing the smashed harpy, and he's going to move over to where you are at the edge of the cage, not seeing you, and he reaches in and scoops out harpy bits and shoves them in the bag with Mr. Figs in. You can have that later. And then takes a few steps forward, not noticing you. The cook is going to proceed to shout at him, and he's going to be confused. All right. End of.
That's brilliant.
Okay. End of the Runt's turn. Cat, you're up.
Okay, right. Well, I mean,
Brilliant.
how wounded are these dogs looking? How wounded is everyone looking?
They are looking very wounded. In terms of what we're talking about, they have 5 points of exhaustion currently.
Oh.
Oh no, 4 points of exhaustion. Sorry.
So
Okay.
they're almost dead.
They're almost dead, but they, from the looks of it, they are very weak, but they can still move.
Okay. shooting down the cages might not be a good idea then. Might kill them. That'd be bad. Alright, I don't actually know what to do. Right, no, fair. Okay, I am going to... Hold... No, How are these all being closed? Held closed, these
there
cages?
is a metal brace over a wooden block. So if you want to remove it, you have to take the metal brace off, and then you have to twist the wooden block. Or kick it in case.
Or kick it in case. Okay, 30 foot. You know what? There's not really a whole lot I can do from here. Yeah, alright. I'm going to go to Jeff Vision, considering these two are being pelted with literally everything.
Okay. Going to
Take Jeff over to Damian, and I'm going to rinse and repeat. Damian, you receive a Sentinel Ward.
Okay. So Damian, your AC increases by 3, and you can otherwise block a single attack.
Cool.
Now that takes me below half. Do I need to start rolling?
Yes.
You know, the more assistance Damian actually gets, the more he might bother trying to attack and take on a Cyclops. Just gonna point that out!
Yeah,
You Jeff gives you
yeah,
a really
do it.
dirty look.
Yeah, do it. Nothing will go
leave
wrong.
I will leave you there.
6.
You
If I
okay?
see Damian going left, I'm going right.
Right, time to escape. Good distraction. Thank you, Damian.
I'm
updated.
invincible! Squish.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So,
And that would end my turn.
okay. End of your turn. Romulus is up. Romulus is going to do the same as before. He's just going to go shimmy, 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 shimmy. He's going to go there. And he's going to be ready to catch Brass and take him away. Actually, I'll say he moves up into a position in such that you can climb on him. I'll say he goes prone for the moment to allow you to climb on his back so you can access the lock, which will take an action to slide the bit of metal away and turn the block. So that should be fine.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, top of the round, Vinny.
Me?
I-
Okay, let's do it. So what? Climb off on top of him.
You climb on
Action.
top of Romulus. Action, slide the middle bit away. Twist the wooden block. Door is open. Brass jumps out. Romulus catches him. Romulus stands back up. He's now carrying Brass because it'll be quicker.
Run.
Okay, Romulus will do that on his next turn.
I should have, what, a little bit of movement left?
If you're moving stealthily, you have 15 feet of movement. Otherwise, you have all of it, pretty much. Oh, no, because you would have spent 5 getting on top of Romulus to unlock the thing, so...
There.
10, yeah. Okay.
Bonus action. See what? Bonus action I can dash. How high up are these cages?
They are 4 feet, so you can reach up and you can access the lock.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action dash and get over here and be ready to move.
Okay. Alright, end of your turn. Damian, you are up.
Splendid. Right. Moment of folly, or moment of madness, or moment of sensibility. I'm so tempted to do a d6. No. Just decide.
Where do I go? Do I run in? Do I not?
I know what Kay's doing, and it's gonna be funny.
Good God.
I'll tell you what, can I do an insight check to decide whether I work out whether he's doing a warding throw or not?
I'll say, what's your passive insight? I'll say your passive insight is high enough that you realise he purposefully missed.
Oh, okay.
You've seen that he doesn't. You know from what Kat said that he is the pacifist. He doesn't want to fight, so he threw it in such a manner that it purposefully missed. But you suspect he won't do it again.
In that case, Damian's moving off behind a lip, and he's going to move unstealthily because there's no point any longer. He can see me, and I'm just going to move as far as I can.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, you're going to purposely move away, and because you're unstealthy, he hears you leaving. Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Kay, you are up. You are going at the same time as Mr. Figs. Mr. Figs, he has disadvantage on this. Nope.
I am actually jumping onto the Cyclops, and I am assisting Mr. Fig.
Okay, so Mr. Figs will make a singular roll for this. This will be your action to do.
That is perfectly okay. I am being a menace so that these guys can do what they're doing.
Okay, that is a 19 for Mr. Figs. He breaks out once again.
I pet Mr. Figs on his way out. A nice pet.
Make me an animal handling check. I'll say with disadvantage because this would use your bonus action. No, this would use your bonus action. So yeah.
That's fine.
You jump on top of his back on his way out.
I have a shield.
Total.
Animal handling. That is a 8.
Okay. You go to pet Mr. Figs. He's gonna bite you. He doesn't want to be pet.
That's perfectly fine.
Here's
I'm
a
just
10.
letting it know that I am friendly.
There's a
I am
10.
helping.
He doesn't like pets. As you go to pet him, he bites you. Total of 10 misses before he is going to use his movement. Let's go 5, 10. He hasn't disengaged because he bit you. So Cyclops is going to attempt to catch Mr. Figs again with a grapple. That is a 15 that hits, and Mr. Figs is not allowed to leave as he is pinned to the ground.
It is okay. I am being a menace here.
Yeah. The runt at this point notes you and shouts something in Giant, which, yeah, Cat, you're too far away again because you're in Jeff mode at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much conversation I don't get to have.
Just
Okay.
have it, even if we can't understand it. Come on, Chris.
No.
It's funny.
No.
I want to know what he says.
No, it's fine. So, that's the end of Mr. Figs' turn. It is now the cook's turn. The cook, he knows where you are, Kay.
It's okay. I am on this.
That is
I am
true.
on this. I am using this guy as a shield.
No, that's fair. Okay, he is going. They don't care about the run. He's going to make an attack against you. Your AC is increased. I'll say. Ugh. Drop dice don't count. Where'd it go? That's my boss dice. No.
No more boss
there it is.
encounters.
Yeah.
Yes,
I like-
boss dice.
No, it's my metal dragon dice. It's my favorite one. All right. He is going to half cover or 3/4 cover.
It's a big thing, and I am tiny.
It's a big thing, and you are tiny. That is fair. So I'll say 3/4 cover. He's going to make an attack roll against you with his.
And
He's
that's
going to make
what, +5?
yeah, +5. So he's going to make 2 attacks with his great knife.
Oh boy.
Okay. The first one is a 21 to hit.
That does meet my AC, yes.
The next one is a 19 to hit.
That does not.
Okay, so the first one hits.
I am going to, just to make sure I take as little damage as possible, I am going to expend a biological resilience to take less damage.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your d12. Didn't roll great on damage, but still.
I'm trying to stay alive as long as possible because I
Yep.
am a menace.
Yep.
3 plus 1, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so 4. So that goes from 13 damage to 13 damage to 9. So you take 9 points of slashing damage. As he brings his knife in, he goes for a swing with you, swing at you with the knife. The first one hits as it otherwise clips your shoulder, leaving like a relatively deep groove, but it glances off the metallic underlayer of your skin as it hits and ricochets off. As he then goes for a second swing inwards. The runt at this point kind of pulls back with Mr. Figs in his hand, kind of just flailing, legs pointing up into the air, and just goes, "What are you doing?" and swings back. Swings back, thinking he's
Fight
being
each
attacked.
other.
Okay.
All according to plan.
Okay, that is the end of the cook's turn. Harpies are no longer in this initiative. Let's remove them. Wolves. Wolves give you their last round before they start making noise.
Mm-hmm.
But you are freeing them, so It helps. Brass's go. Brass is going to perform the dodge action for Romulus.
Ooh.
But he is also going to look back at you, Vinny, and I'm going to roll a Constitution check for him, which he makes a disadvantage because he's exhausted. Okay. And you hear him say, "My stuff's in the lockbox there. Please get it if you can." As he points to this lockbox here.
Wow.
Boy.
You can. It's an option. You don't have to.
It is an option.
It
I
is an option.
Come on, you
don't
think
know how long it can distract these two.
you know you're greedy, Chris. It's not an option.
We'll see. Alright, it is now... Which one is Vim? Vim is the runt. I'll just use them by their names, because that's what I have written down. So it's now Vim's turn, who is the runt. He has got Mr. Figs in hand, and he's being swung at by his friend. He's going to roll an insight check. That is an unnatural 0. He is going to shove the cook.
Nice.
Yes.
Can I let go of Mr.
That's a 24 to hit on a shove as he pushes him back. And just kind of pushes him back, and you hear shouting between the two of them as he takes Mr. Figs and just haphazardly shoves him into the pack at his side again. Okay, yeah. Mr. Figs is currently contesting against a grapple 19 check. Mr. Figs doesn't make it with a natural 9. So Mr. Figs is currently pressed into his bag again.
Can I hold a reaction to help Mr. Figs out again? Actually, no. Figs goes on my turn.
Yeah, Mr. Figs will go on your turn. Yeah, but you
already
already used your reaction for...
Figs.
Yeah, you used your reaction for biological resilience this turn, but yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Okay, so that is... And then... So Vim has done that, and he spends his next attack, which is the grapple, shoving Mr. Figs into his pouch again. Okay. Alright. End of Vim's turn. It is Cat. It is your go.
Okay. Right. Okay. Would Mage Hand be able to open if I use my action? Yeah. Would it be able to open a cage?
Given the angle that you'll be looking at, because the door is on Romulus' side here, because they're all facing inwards towards the camp.
Okay.
Given the angle, I'll require you to make an intelligence check or a sleight of hand check, one of the two, to try and do so. You'll have to find out.
Hey. Oh, but me and Stealth are not a great combo here. Mind you, them two are fighting, so... You know
The
what?
distractions were useless. K was brilliant.
Yeah, in all fairness. Okay, right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Ducking down as much as I can.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and use Mage Hand to open.
If you're going your full movement, you will not maintain stealth. You have to move half your movement to maintain stealth.
Okay, yep. Yeah, I thought Landstride. No, that's fine.
No, so
Still takes me back.
It would be there.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, so I need to move forward 1 square.
If you move forward and if you move any further forward, you will break your stealth, and the others might hit.
Mage Hand is an action. Damn it! Okay, alright. No, I'm not going to risk it because there's too much to it. Romulus is going to run, right?
Quite possibly, yeah. I mean, he's been told to, you believe.
Okay. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to risk them two getting caught on the fact that I'm trying to be quick. Then in that case... Yeah, I'm just gonna hold my action for a potential dash to run a direction.
Okay.
If we need to.
Okay, hold an action to move in a random direction. Got it.
Yes.
Or in a away direction, I'll say.
Yeah, depending entirely on circumstances.
Yep, no, that's fair. Okay, so
Cat sees things going to shit.
end of Cat's turn
Decides
is
to charge
now.
the cook.
It is now Romulus's turn. Romulus hears what's happening and he knows that he needs to be quote unquote quiet-ish. He either needs to stealth away or run. I'd say Romulus in this motion would see what you're doing, Vinny, going to open this cage, and he is going to move up and he's going to use his action to open the cage. And then he is going to move in a manner, where he's gonna book it. So he opens the cage, and the wolf at this point is going to leave. This is an unstealthy action, but you are currently still hidden behind the rock currently.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Cat, you see what's going on. Do you wish to use your action to move? Your held action?
As he's running, yes, I'm going to dart back behind the rock.
Okay. Now, question. How do you think Romulus is carrying Brass? Piggyback, fireman carry?
Under his armpit,
Yeah,
probably.
it's either damsel in distress or it's round
Damsel-
his neck like some psycho.
Scarf. Rat scarf.
Like a
Fireman.
scarf. You'll make a wonderful scarf.
That way he's still got his arms free to swing round stuff if he wants.
Yeah, no, that's fair. This one is going to... This one would move over here. It held its action to move. So actually, no, it only gets to move 15 feet. So 5, 10, 15. Yeah. Okay. And... Oh, I know they have 20-foot movement. Never mind. We can go an extra 5. Okay. End of Romulus's turn. Vinny, you are up. You note that Romulus has booked it and they are running in this direction, but the wolf is coming towards you.
Right. I have... Vinny has no idea how the others are doing. There was a roar a while ago. There's some yelling coming from down here. I have no idea what the hell kind of bullshit Kay is up to. It might be working. So, action. I'm opening the cage.
Okay. And the wolf will spend its turn getting out and meeting up with its friend, where the two of them then proceed to look, bow their head lightly, and they are going to run. But they will do that on their turn.
Okay, right. 5, 10, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Can I grab the box as a bonus action?
You want to grab the full chest?
How big is it?
It is a sizable chest. It will weigh around 400, 500 pounds.
Oh, that's not... That's their chest then, okay.
Yes, it's their chest, but it's got his stuff in it.
Okay.
It doesn't appear to be locked. on first glance.
I guess how many people are crazy enough to go charging into a Cyclops camp?
Yeah, I know.
Can I lean round, like, open it quickly, get a quick glance at what's in it, and then shut it again and duck back behind the rock?
Okay. Bonus action, you lift the chest up, I'll say, as part of this hide action, or quote-unquote hide action. Yeah, you open up the lid, just have a quick look inside. You see on the interior what looks to be clothes that have been haphazardly torn and removed, a book, and what looks to be a satchel, where you can see there are a number of bits of paper that have been scattered on the inside of the chest. You can also see inside the chest at the bottom what looks to be wrappings of parcels of some form.
Stuff, not a star.
But they look heavier. Almost geometric in shape. Kind of hard angles, hard lines, and corners to them in kind of these really weirdly wrapped packages at the bottom.
Interesting. I guess it's impossible to tell how heavy the packages are, since I don't know what's in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that'll be your action. I'll say bonus action as part of the hide to stay behind the rock. Go ahead and make me a stealth check. As an additional one. So note what your previous one was, and this will be your new one to try and remain stealth in this situation.
Not fantastic.
Oh no, another spicy one.
Another spicy one. Okay. What's
That's
the
an
total?
11.
11? Okay. They're in the heat of stuff. They don't seem to have noticed you. Okay. End of your turn. Damian, you are up. What'd you do? Do you
don't
run?
Do much with my action. I know what I'm going to do because there's not a lot else I can do at this moment. I'm going to move over to Lloyd and just pump a load of lay on hand points into him.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm going to put half of my lay on hands points into him, which is 10.
Okay. So Lloyd, you are healed by 10 hit points.
That's my turn. There's nothing else I can really do.
Damn.
Okay. All right. Kay, it is your turn. You are going at the same time as Mr. Figs. Mr. Figs is going to try and break out.
I am giving assistance to Mr. Figs.
Okay. He is classed as restrained, so that will become a flat roll. Mr. Figs has a plus to his dexterity saving throws, so that is a success.
Go, Mr. Figs!
Mr. Figs breaks free.
Wow.
And is going to attempt to run away again. However, this time, the cook is having none of it and is going to take a swing at Mr. Figs using his great knife. Actually, no, hold on. What's the reach on a great knife? Is it long enough? The cook, great knife. Yeah, that's long enough. Alright. Great knife stab. Yeah, that hits. That's a 15 to hit. Man, look, same damage again. 13 points of damage. Mr. Figs is on death's door as Mr. Figs is stabbed. And in that moment, you watch as the runt looks on in terror. I'm gonna roll a wisdom save for him. Okay, yeah, he's frightened. He's frightened of the cook who's now stabbing Mr. Figs. Okay, so that was your action to help Mr. Figs escape.
Yep, and Mr.
Figs is
limping
limping away on 2 hit points.
Mr. Figs is the perfect distraction. Wait, hold on. No, I gotta stall for a little bit longer.
I'm just reading chat now. How are things going? Says Harlan. Spiders getting squished by a giant. What spider? Exactly. Near spider kebab created. Mr. Figs. We might have started a civil war. I leave you alone for one session.
Oh, he's about to love what's coming.
I need to stall a little bit longer, so I'm crawling around the back of his, on the back of this Cyclops. I'm trying to be as stealthy as possible, so he still doesn't know I'm here.
Make me a stealth check.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Alright, stealth check. You climb onto the back of the Cyclops and are otherwise like near its... Where would you say you are? Shoulder blades?
Yeah, I'm right about his shoulder blades. So this one here has a way to be able to try and hit me, but also making it feel like it feels like he's being attacked by the cook himself.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Alright, end of Kay's turn and Mr. Figs' turn. It is now Vol's turn. Vol is the cook. Vol sees Mr. Figs, he sees that his friend is intimidated, and is otherwise going to move over and he is going to shout something in Giant, to which you watch the runt kind of look around before begin to like swing his hand behind him.
Hang on, did I hear what this said now? Because I'm here this time.
Yeah, you hear him say, "You idiot! There's something on your back! Get it off so I can stab it!" Okay, and he's going to spend his... I'm going to say he's going to spend his action assisting his friend to otherwise pull you off. And he's going to spend his second attack. He's going to hold an attack to stab you when you're pulled off. So holding a part, like a double part of his action.
Good,
no.
but
hey, who knows? Okay. End of the cook's turn. It is now... Wait, I did get that right. Yep, cook's turn is there.
Yeah.
It is now Harpy's. Yep, they're gone. Now it is now the Wolves and Lloyd's turn. The Wolves are going to make their turn easy. They are going to dash, and they are going to... I'm going to roll a d4 for them, see which direction they run in. Okay, yeah, they're running off up this way. Because they run off past this way. Running further away. Okay. End of the wolf's turn. Lloyd, you're up.
I need to keep this guy's attention over here still. Somehow. So I will cast Thaumaturgy, but this time I'm gonna try to like it says I can make like tremors. Can I make them look like footsteps coming up? Like tremoring the ground.
I'll say make me another spell attack, because this is trying to do something which is creative but difficult to try and achieve.
Yeah, because it says I can make harmless tremors for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I am done with using this dice. Get the hell out of my sight.
You go to otherwise cast Thaumaturgy on the ground there as it begins to shake, and you just watch as the bits of stone begin to otherwise separate and move away, kind of moving a little bit but not enough. Doesn't make footprints, just makes movement, which in itself is mildly concerning, but nothing out of the ordinary, and doesn't seem to have attracted the attention of any of them from what you can tell.
Okay.
I'm being abandoned again, thank you.
Yep, moving further away. Okay, it is now Hagi's turn. Hagi turns around.
Fuck.
Okay, yeah. He's done with warning shots as he shouts something out, to which Cat, you hear from the direction, "The sacrifice is getting away!" As he is going to pull a spike out of the ground, move forward 30 feet, and he is going to huck it at Romulus.
Oh god.
It's a bloody spike!
And he is going to use his Channel Divinity War God's Blessing to add a +10 to that, making it a 23 to hit.
Wait,
As you watch, as he
I thought it
scoops
was
the...
dodging.
Did someone take dodge action?
No,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
no,
he was
dodging back and forth.
Brass dodged. Brass
You
dodged
said
so that
right.
he... No, he Brass dodged so that Brass wouldn't be hit, and it's currently aiming at Romulus, who's carrying him away, because you said he was carrying him like a princess carry.
And he's not still
He's-
holding his action to rage.
No, he's not holding his action to rage. So in this instance, he doesn't see it coming as the Cyclops pulls the spike 3, yeets it across as it shoots across both stones, careening through the sky, as it hits Romulus, doing... Oh, hello, Romulus!
Oh, bad time.
Bad time!
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Everything was going
You're
so
about to
well
get-
until a minute ago.
You're
Yeah.
about to get impaled.
Oh, great. I choose to not be impaled.
Romulus, you take 30 points of piercing damage as a large stake is just shears straight through your shoulder and out your front, and you can feel that your lung is punctured. You are going to be injured from a few days from now unless you get excessive healing and rest.
Right. Great.
As this divinely driven spike is shot across the battlefield at you. Okay, let me just adjust your hit points, as you are now on 25 hit points.
He's bloodied. That's nice.
He's bloodied.
Funny that. 30
Because
damage
of the
bloodied
aid.
him.
Okay, and that is
Why
Hardy's...
was I not raging?
Because you were carrying someone and there was no way to maintain your rage.
And
Nah,
you were trying to keep stealth.
Yeah, you were trying to keep stealth for a certain amount of time, but unfortunately
This was
Hardy
the first
noticed.
point in this combat anyone actually saw you.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have been distracting two Cyclopses.
Yep.
Question: have we had a short rest since the time we fought against the Gricks and stuff?
No, you didn't have
No.
time because you were maintaining chase after the Cyclops.
All right. Well, I've got a second wind, so
We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
You rolled a natural 1 on your initiative, so you're coming up soon.
Yeah.
All right.
as you can probably tell, I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes this a little bit difficult. But...
No,
Really
that's
hope
fine.
It'll be an acrobatics check. something
Okay.
small.
End of Hagi's turn. It is now Brass's turn. Brass sees you injured and is like, "Oh no!" And he's going to spend his action to try and push the spike out of you so it doesn't slow you down. He has disadvantage because he's exhausted. That's a natural 2. He tries to push the spike out but isn't strong enough. He tried. Alright. It is now Vim, the runt's turn. Vim is going to swing wildly behind him. This will be... This will be his grapple, so it will be an athletics. His athletics versus your acrobatics or athletics check.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
Because I make the argument that I am tiny, so it is hard.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. He rolled pretty well. He doesn't have any proficiencies or anything.
I did not roll very well, but I have a +6.
Okay. In this instance, as he reaches back, he catches you in your cloak as he swings you around and otherwise holds you up as he says something in Giant. Before the other one kind of looks at him as he lets go of you to drop you on the ground as his friend is going to try and stab you. You're not being grappled. He's not very smart, so he has to let you go as to not be stabbed. So you are no longer grappled, but you are between them. I'll say you're there in between the two of them as he is going to make a stab against you with his held action. The cook, 24 to hit. Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I'm probably gonna go down.
And the great knife does 15 points of slashing damage.
How much?
15. 1-5.
15.
You have your reaction back, notably, if you want to biological resilience, if you have another one.
I do, but I kind of need it for something else.
Okay. So he takes the swing down, stabbing into you. You can feel the knife as it digs in, but he kind of draws it back from the slash before looking at you as the two Cyclopses are currently just bearing down on you. You hear the whiz of something shooting through the air, and you hear a grunt of pain from the distance. Okay. End of Vim's turn. Cat, it is your go. You turn to see Romulus impaled by this spike as he slows for a moment before he begins to kind of pick himself back up and continue pushing onwards, needing to escape with brass in hand.
Okay. Oh, hell no, this is not happening. Alright, 20-foot movement, right? 5, 10, 15... Oh, I don't even worry about it. They know we're here now. I am going over... I am patting Romulus, slapping a sentinel ward on him, and I am going to be running in front of him. So he's a pseudo-shield for me.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me your wild magic check. Because self-cast fireball here would be fun.
Oh, for the love of... That's not even funny. That'd be so bad.
You are
no,
fine.
that's right. No
fine.
self-cast fireball. Everyone lives.
No self-cast anything. In this moment, as you otherwise running in front of... as you move up, you tap Romulus on the chest as Cychania wraps around him, crystallizing before the real Cychania kind of recoils back to your arm as you begin to run. I'll say holding your action to move in tandem.
I'm holding my
Romulus.
action to move with him, yeah.
Yep. Okay. End of your go. Romulus is up, and the two of you are going to bolt. I'll say you're going to... what direction are you going to head? Round towards the rock for some cover?
Yeah, we're going to want to regroup and bolt together.
Okay.
I mean...
Romulus has his extra movement because obviously he has his action to dash, but you held your action to move and dash, so you're there and you have good cover. You are currently running.
Presumably I also have a bonus action, so I am going to be...
Second wind.
Second winding.
Okay, that is a d10 plus 1. 9, so 10 points of healing. That is good. That puts you back up to 35. Okay.
Nice.
I'm just going to roll a d20 real quick on stream. Yep, the spike falls free. You are no longer going to have to worry about that. But you do start bleeding. You are leaving a trail. Okay. End of Romulus's go. Vinny, you are up.
Oh, it's
The
me.
wolves are running away. You didn't see, but you heard Romulus grunt in pain as you saw something shoot across the battlefield. You've got the chest in front of you. It's open. You could potentially grab his stuff, but where do you go? And you look over across the way and you watch as Kay is grabbed, thrown onto the ground, and there is a stabbing motion towards him, but you can't quite see if it hit him or not, past the cauldron and the Cyclops.
Well, if he's dead, there's nothing I can do for him. And if he's alive, the most I can do is try and give him a window to escape. So, I'm going to move over here.
Mm-hmm. Your bonus action to scoop something up. It'll be an action or an action if you want to scoop up more.
How much can I get?
How much weight do you have available to you?
Not 54 pounds.
Okay. So I would say if you were to scoop what you believe you could carry within that time, as an action, I'll say you'd be able to grab 2 packages, the satchel and the clothes. If you want to spend a bonus action, just the satchel and the clothes, which you believe are his.
I'm less interested in the clothes, to be honest.
Okay.
But weight-wise, that's not really going to replace anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right, I'll get some of his stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to grab the satchel. And...
The satchel and, what, 2 packages as an action?
2 packages as an action, yeah. As you fill the packages, they clink. Glass of some kind.
Okay. And as I'm going, I have something in my inventory I'd like to try and use. A bell.
Ooh. Okay.
Can I use that as a bonus action? Or...
I'll say, what manner are you choosing to use it?
Like, as I'm going through, I'm getting it, and as I'm running away, I'm going to be ringing it.
Okay. I'll say, yeah, as you're running away, you're ringing the bell, creating a distraction. Okay. What direction are you running?
This way.
20. Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
30. I don't want to touch any of the branches.
Nope, that's fair. Go ahead and make me a... Go ahead and make me a strength check. See how hard you can ring the bell.
Pure strength, that's just 11.
11? Okay. You ring the bell. You grab the attention of this Cyclops. The other 2 seem to be engaged in heated warfare right now.
Oh boy. It's not what I wanted.
Okay.
I don't think there's a lot more I can do. I'm focused on running.
Okay. Vinny's turn is over. Damian, you can hear nothing. You can hear shouting. You see nothing from this angle.
I think Damian at this point is just going to try and protect Lloyd, so he's just going to move alongside Lloyd.
Try and protect Lloyd and regroup with the others. Okay?
Yep.
Keeping up with that. Kay, it is your go. You are going at the same time as Mr. Figs. Mr. Figs is going to run away.
Go, Mr. Figs, go!
It's coming towards you.
It's fine! Spiders don't scare me!
Right, Kay, what are you doing?
I am going to run in between his legs to the other side of him. I'm disengaging, by the way.
Okay, I was going to say it will give 3/4 cover if you're going to for him to swing at you for that, but yes, that will be allowed.
I am disengaging.
Disengage. You're disengaging. Okay.
Once I am on this side of him, since
10.
I feel like I would have noticed that he's gone, that he's paying attention up there. I am going to use my bonus action. Actually, hold on, I got to double check to make sure this is actually a bonus action.
Claimed that they were having. He had no proof. Now he does. Okay, I hate to disagree with you here, but that's a little poll of partners.
Yes.
And feel it I do.
No.
I am going to use my bonus action
Good
to
lord.
look like blend in with rock.
Okay, so you're using the one to
Blend in with the rock. And with advantage in rocky terrain.
Okay.
Stealth.
Yep. Okay. So you're.
And then that's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. So you're running away. I will say on their part, roll me a stealth check. Given this is unorthodox because you'd have to use your action to hide, I'll say roll me a flat roll of stealth versus their. I'll say versus their passive perceptions because they're just, yeah, versus their passive perceptions.
Oh, come on.
Total.
It was stealth. I believe it's a +6. Yeah, so it's a 9.
+6.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll find out what happens when it gets to their turn. Okay. End of your turn. It is now the cook's turn. The cook is going to search for you as he is dumbfounded. So he is going to go in this direction, and he is going to use a... He'd be sharing a space with him, which he can't do. So he's going to go there, and he's going to use a perception check against you. Nope. He looks around as best he can, as he's otherwise getting angry, and he runs past you, moving up to here. What would he see with that perception? I'd say he'd probably hear Damian and Lloyd clanking off in the distance.
Fantastic.
From there. But you don't know that yet.
Yep.
Okay. So that is the end of his turn. It is now the wolves. They have gone. They have left combat. I can delete them from the initiative order. Lloyd, you are moving and running, or have you got something planned?
I believe... I have no clue how we're ever gonna regroup here, but I wish luck to everyone.
Nice.
Okay, you run. Okay.
I'm like over here.
Okay. As you begin running, you can see a Cyclops head cresting over the nearby hillside as they're looking for you guys.
Yeah, as I see that, I run this way.
You run that way. And I'll say, Damian, you see that. Okay.
Yep.
End of that of Lloyd's turn. It is Hargy's turn. Hargy sees he sees Vinny. Does he have anything he can throw?
I'm just taking a guess with them, but I put them there.
Oh, they'd keep going. So yeah. What would Hargy do? Yeah, Hargy is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is not within range to pick anything up to throw at you. Even if he did, he wouldn't want to from this distance. So he's just going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is gaining on you as he runs towards you, Vinny. Okay.
Duly noted.
That is... Oh, and Hargy, as a bonus action, is going to place his hand on his chest, and you watch as a shield of faith raptures around him. Okay. End of Hargy's turn. It is now Brass's turn. Brass is going to make your journey as easy as possible, Romulus, and is not going to get in your way. It is now Vim's turn, who is the runt. Vim is going to roll a d20 to see what he does. He's going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Does he have extra movement because he's a smaller one? No, he doesn't. Okay. So he's going to run up that way. And Cat, you hear shouting in giant, Mr. Figs, come back! Before you hear a shout from further away, you fool are getting away with a sacrifice. Okay. Cat, you hear running coming towards you. What do you do?
Oh, sweet Jesus, this is not good. me and Romulus are kind of cornered here a little bit, I guess. We need to get away. He's close to the crest of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is all right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You know what? I'm gonna hold my action. So as he comes over the brow of the hill, I'm gonna cast Mold Earth and remove the land from underneath one of his feet. Hopefully he trips over.
Okay. Okay, that is a good use of that. Okay. Romulus, do you want to keep running? Do you want to let Brass go and try and help? How's the situation going to go here?
Right, so just to confirm, can Brass run without me?
Brass can run without you, but Brass has a movement speed of 15 feet because Brass is exhausted.
Okay, not great.
No, so if
Ah,
Brass gets caught on his
that's
own, Brass
quite a
is
few
dead.
points. That's at least 2 points of exhaustion. isn't
4
it?
points of exhaustion.
4.
Wow.
They've been in here. They've been in there a while, and they've not been fed.
Okay. I have a tendency to protect people. I'm going to protect this random person.
Okay, you're going to protect Brass. Keep going. Should we say?
Yes.
Okay, you're going
I
to
will keep
prioritize the mission, and you're going to move in an attempt to, I will say, rendezvous back at the pillar, and you're going to keep going. Okay, end of Romulus.
I don't suppose there's any way to use my my bonus action to just try and like be slightly better at avoiding anything that comes my way.
I would say you're using a bonus action to survey the surroundings to get the best movement as possible out of this. Getting an idea of the survival, seeing what natural hazards you could put in the way to separate you from the Cyclops, while also helping out your party. Okay.
Then I will do the best I can.
Mm-hmm. So with that, we would then move on to Vinny.
Yep. I'm 15 feet away from this guy. I'm gonna move.
Okay. Okay.
30.
As you move underneath the tree in a close proximity to the trunk.
I am doing the best I can to avoid touching it directly.
Mm-hmm. You're avoiding.
I have seen what happens when you do that.
Okay. I'll say go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw, please. Okay. Catch you later, Jamie.
Yep.
Or Damian. We will see you next time, and I'll let you know as to what happens. We'll probably be ending here soon because we will be able to get to a chase sequence thereafter if it goes to that.
Oh, good lord.
Okay. Okay. With the charisma saving throw there, you feel the influence. As you get close, you can feel almost this strange magic from the tree as you feel this tiny crystal grow and spike onto you. Your maximum hit points is decreased by 2.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Just need to make a note of that.
Okay.
A round, is it? Or a minute? Is that 4 rounds or what?
That's something I actually need to discuss whether we wanted to use the new ruling for if we wanted to make a round 5 rounds is a minute, where it's 12 seconds per round. Because a lot of things happening, so I've always considered like, hey, it should be longer than 6 seconds. It should be double that.
I mean,
makes sense.
Well,
but that's a consideration for another day.
Yeah. I'm going to dash.
Mm-hmm.
30.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to bonus action dash again.
Okay, moving your speed, you move quickly and get away. Okay. There's no way he's catching up with you, and yeah, next time because of his positioning, he'd have to run round, so he'd only be throwing something at you, which would be at disadvantage because of the range. And I'd say, given you're going downhill, probably have half cover, so we'll get to that in a mo. So that would be the end of your turn. Damian would be up. Damian is going to keep moving. He is going to keep running with Lloyd, and he is going to avoid what's coming his way. Kay, you are up. The others seem to have left you be.
I am going to wait for this big one to leave me alone, so I'm just gonna try and get into a better stealthy position here.
Okay, so you're going to adjust your position to get into a better stealth position. Okay, give me another stealth check then, please.
Do I get advantage this time?
Yes, this time you would get advantage because you're in the rocky terrain and they're not. And this would be your action to do so. Yeah, much better.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
You wait and otherwise realise that you're not being seen as you crouch for the moment, kind of blending in with the rocks very well as the rock is otherwise camouflaging you. As this one doesn't seem to know that you're here. And it is going to... Well, it will do its stuff now, actually. Actually, no, Mr. Figs is going to run towards you, Cat. It's going to run towards you, stop, and then run off in this direction.
Just let off a smile.
Yeah.
Know that it's free.
Yeah.
I have saved the harpy. I have saved the spider. I am doing work.
Vol, the cook, at this point, is going to see what's going on with these two, and he is going to make intelligence checks to comprehend his decision. Get a natural 3 plus 0. Oh no, -1, sorry, because he's not the leader. And he's going to wander back over here. He's going to dash to move back over, and he's just going to try and survey the situation to get a gauge of what's going on. Perception check with disadvantage because of distance. No. He looks around, confused. He doesn't know what to do. That ends his turn. Lloyd would be up. Lloyd keeps going.
I'd say at this point we're going to back to the place we came.
You're going
from,
back to the pillar.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hargy's turn. Hargy moves around here, and he is going to try and yeet a stake at you, Vinny. You have half cover, plus he is making this a disadvantage because of the distance.
Mm-hmm.
That is a natural 20 and a 9. So that brings... So with his plus to hit... because this is a stake, that brings it to a... because he'd get his dex plus proficiency. No, that would still be using his strength plus proficiency, sorry, because it would still count as a rock attack. So that would be a 18 to hit.
With half cover?
You have half cover, so you have +2 to your AC.
Okay, that meets then.
Okay. He throws the stake, throwing it towards you as it shoots through the air. This will do piercing damage. So that will be... okay. Less, 19 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
But because of the severity of how much damage it did, I will say that it doesn't pierce you. It otherwise hits you, most of it being bludgeoning, but still piercing you as it strikes against your side, leaving this horrifying gash as you buckle for a second. But with your speed and him not being able to keep up, because he'd actually be further back here, because he wouldn't have been able to do that unless he didn't dash. Yeah, so he'd be there and he'd throw it. So he is unable to keep up with you. So from here on, he's unable to keep up as you run away. End of Hargy's turn. We move on to
19 total.
19 total, yeah.
Okay.
We move on to Brass's turn, who doesn't do anything. We get to Vim. Vim is going to run this way towards you, Cat. As he stops, seeing you, looks and sees Mr. Figs, and he says in Giant, "A pony!" And he's going to move towards you as mold earth goes out from under his feet. Nope. That's a failed dex save. What's your spell save DC, actually?
Hang on.
Because that's a 13 on his part.
My spell save is 14.
Okay, so his foot gets caught and he falls prone onto the ground as his face just hits the rocks in front of him. He just goes, "Ow!" as he falls onto the ground there.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Okay. That's the end of his turn. Cat, you are fast enough to be able to to keep pace and go further, so you're able to run. Romulus does the same. Vinny does the same. Combat has ended, and you lot have escaped.
Hooray.
Oh my
For
god.
now.
Mostly everyone.
This was the worst executed heist I've ever seen.
So, okay.
I think you mean it was the best executed heist because
This
it
is
went
like-
well.
This is
It
like
actually
Payday
worked,
2.
though.
This is like every Payday 2 heist. You try to do stealth.
You guys,
5 minutes in, everyone is dead.
It was.
It worked.
what did you do?
Well, the distraction team actually did their job.
Well,
They
you
were-
They
see,
did
the
it
plan
too
was,
soon.
plan was
I'm
me
pretty
and
sure.
Damian wrap around, and then we make some sound so they come the other way. However, the problem was we made the sound like halfway to where we wanted to go.
So everyone was out of position.
Yeah. They started coming towards us. Everyone tried to free them.
I rolled an attack with disadvantage as a warning shot and rolled a natural 20 and a 16, and so I hit Lloyd on like a 25 or something.
Yeah.
It hit him. I rolled damage. It's a lot. It did 30 points of damage to him, which was reduced with Damian's shield.
Yeah.
The fight began. They were giving warning shots. They were shouting. The party had various distractions going on. Kay did some stuff. A Harpy was killed by a barrel. One of them got away. Kay's rats got squished. Vim was looking after Mr. Figs and was trying to protect him. And yeah, that was fun.
Did we get the staff?
Did you get the...
Did we get the staff?
It's not a staff, it's stuff.
Oh, stuff. Okay.
Yep, there are packages, there's his satchel, and there are his clothes. You left the clothes behind in favour of getting the satchel and packages, which you'll be able to check out next time, and note those down in your inventory as you have his stuff, and you make your way back, reconvening at the pillar, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where Kay would go.
That's where
Yeah.
most
Well,
of you would go,
they-
it's the landmark.
They said the
yeah.
pillar, and that was the last thing that Jeff had told me.
Yep, no, that's fair. So,
Then he went out of range, so.
with our group otherwise now in a much more favourable, questionably, situation, that is where we will end tonight's session. Thank you for watching, hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you potentially next week. Who are we missing next week? It was...
Just Infernal, wasn't it?
It was... If it's just Infernal, then we should be okay. If Jamie, you're okay to call in from your car, or...
Yeah, boy.
Okay, so it will just be Infernal next week that we'll be missing, unfortunately. But that is okay, because we will be back next week to carry on this quote-unquote chase.
And hopefully this time, no more almost dying.
Hopefully, no more almost dyings.
Hey,
But
look,
we shall
I
see.
did my job.
Yep. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.